Hello, hello, hello. So as usual, guys, just let me know if you can hear me, and then we can get this off. We can get this off. We can get this kicked off. I have not live streamed in so long, you guys. Having a normal job will do that, where you just don't know when you're gonna get the time. You don't want to make promises, and don't know if you can keep. So hey everyone. So yeah, this is just kind of be some fun. If you guys have any more questions or anything else to say about Butch Hartman, I'll definitely listen. We can definitely talk a little bit about that, but this can just kind of be whatever. Should Butch Hartman get a content cop? Honestly, yeah, that would be pretty cool. I don't know if iDubbbz would ever do that. After what happened in the stream to Saul, will I be changing my name to Robot Guy Rules? I'm really sorry about that. I don't know. It was probably my internet or her internet or something like that, because she could just hear me fine. All right, let me check my nice Twitter. Okay. Oh, so many messages, so many notifications. Yeah, I'm sorry about the stream earlier, guys. How short it was. It was just mostly just Saul was having some technical difficulties, and I felt bad making you guys wait, and I didn't know when she'd get her stuff up, so I was like, you know what, I'll just do a little nice little preamble. Where do I think Steven Universe is headed after the spoiler things are spoily? Actually, I talked about that over on Leah C's channel. If you go over there, I don't mean to do that. It's just I don't really want to talk about Steven Universe spoilers because I don't know who's seen what's. Do I think Nick may have actually fired Butch Hartman like Dan Schneider? Maybe. Will Foaxis have LGBT support? Yes, absolutely. Foaxis will be we're gonna just we're just gonna take every show that Butch has on Oaxis, so I guess none of them, and just make it gay. Really, that's all we'll do. We'll be the alternative. A lot of people on their Facebook live chats who donated were older people with a Christian background, but didn't know Butch. But they were looking for family-friendly stuff and had the pots. Yeah. Ugh, that's just so sketchy. Am I and Saul gonna contact Butch directly about the whole Drew situation? I don't think so. I mean, you guys actually might know a little bit more about it than me, because Drew was sending me messages and stuff, and I was reading them, but I also had other people sending me messages, was trying to keep a check of the chat, and also talk to Saul. I don't think so, because I don't think Butch would never listen. May have seen Worlds, but not now. Do I have any thoughts on SpongeBob season 11? I have not seen it. Although I know that Ink Lemonade is the worst thing that ever happened, even though I haven't seen it. Hi, I came to the previous stream. Oh, thank you very much. Pie Guy, here's $10 I could have given to Butch Hartman. Thank you very much, Mitchell, for the New Zealand coin. Am I allowed to talk negatively about Foaxis even if I haven't created a cartoon? Yes, actually, Foaxis, if you don't know, this is like an inside joke that because Saul couldn't end the stream before because their thing froze, so we started joking about us making a Foaxis service. The thing about Foaxis is that if you are an animator, just specifically an animator, you could be any other kind of artist, you're not allowed to comment on anything. Like, you're just not allowed to. If you do, we'll bombard you on Twitter. Yeah, the fact that the clip gotten taken down so quickly makes me think there had to be a spy. I think so, especially because I think, well, I think that's probably where we got. But oh, okay. But depending on one sec, guys. But yeah, I doubt Butcher himself was listening, but someone probably was. Drew says he'd like to join me, and so I think I'm able to do this. Oh, my mic's going. Oh, my mic. God, snarf it. All right, hold tight, guys. Let me Let me make a little bit less. And my cat has joined us. Say hello, Sadie. Okay, she's just gonna be here staring at me that you guys can't see. If I didn't look like I was like homeless Phoenix Wright, I would go on face cam right now and show you my cat. Okay, give me 1 sec, you guys. Cat is enjoying the breeze of like the little fan I have next to me. We might be getting a special guest here. That's not my cat. You might be able to hear because she's like sniffing really close to the, the mic. Okay. All right, let me see if I have the technical know-how to bring someone else in on this. And let me also actually, while I'm at it, close a bunch of tabs just because they're probably lagging me here. Okay. Add, invite people, Hangouts, copy, pasta. You guys want the cat? I'm sorry. One of these days I'll have a stream where I do face cam and my beautiful cat will be on it because she does like to chill right next to me at all times. Me and Alpha J should do a collab review. Yeah, we should. Alrighty. 400 viewers. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Gununderman. Will I do continue the SpongeBob season reviews? Yes, I will. Oh, hello. I can hear background noise.
Sorry about
it's
that.
Okay, no problem.
It's just my computer's fan, probably.
Oh no, you're fine. I knew you were here.
Okay.
Thank you, Butch Hartman.
Push to talk.
Thank you, Butch Hartman, for being here with us today. So, this is a person who I've never spoken before, so I hope this doesn't go horrifically wrong for me. But this is Drew. Hello, Drew.
Hello.
So, if you saw the previous stream, Drew was the person who Butch was talking to in that wonderful, wonderful video where he just acts like a super friendly guy. Yeah, you want to explain like what was that? Why did he have that reaction to you?
Okay, for people who don't know, I actually been following him since his Twitch started, like way back. Like I'm one of those people that's like way back that's been following him, and I've been investigating because he's been acting a bit weird when he started his clickbait stuff. That's when I started investigating. So basically, I started with emails, simply just being friendly, seeing what I could do not to get anything out of him. And then this day, the day when Twitch showed up, oh man, he went on a rant, and man, I felt awful. Like I cannot tell you like how bad I felt.
Well, first of all, you shouldn't feel bad at all, especially.
Oh, I know now.
From what I understand, you just asked him a question, right? About the theme song or something?
Yeah, I was wondering what he thought of the Family Guy Oaxis meme, which you can look up. It's pretty funny, if you ask me.
Let me look this up. Am I going to regret this?
No,
Family
you
Guy
won't.
Oaxis meme. Oh, is it because of the family friendly? Hang on.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Family Guy Oaxis meme.
Did you find it?
I may have images for. No, I didn't actually. I'm imagining it in my head and I'm laughing. Okay, I'm sorry. Google has failed me. Maybe Butch Hartman has like purged it.
Probably knowing what I said, it's like, no, you cannot have this meme. We are now the UK.
But you didn't even make it, right? Like you were just asking if he'd seen it.
Yeah, because he's been taking down other people's content. It just happened they didn't take down this one specifically.
Oh, thank you for the super chat video making with Nick. Let me just answer this real quick. Is video production going well on my season 10 video? To be completely honest with you guys, and sorry, Drew, I'll get back in 1 sec.
No, it's fine. I'm gonna be looking for this for a while.
Okay. To be honest with you guys, it was going well. I did recently have something kind of bad happen in my personal life that I'm not going to talk about, but something that happened to me, and it just kind of really derailed a lot. Like, if you guys want like the complete honest truth, it's just that SpongeBob is hard to review when you've watched it for like just so much and so many years, and I have to kind of fight my urges to like denounce an episode for something stupid or to praise an episode for something small. Like it's like it's not that I'm fighting against like my natural review of it or something. It's more just like I got to be very careful because I can't let myself kind of get, I don't know, I guess just too despaired about the series or whatever. And this isn't any spoilers for season 10 because I've kind of had this feeling about the show for a while, and you guys know that I wanted the show to end. But that's just the honest truth. Is that it's silly as it sounds, it does require a lot of concentration to make the reviews because I try to put them on like a high pedestal. I try to do a really good job with them. So yeah, so that event just kind of threw the production off. I'm still shooting for summer, but I don't think it's going to be July, and I'm very sorry about that. All right, anyway, Drew, sorry.
That's okay. I don't feel bad at all. I do remember posting in Alpha J's Discord, so I'm gonna go check the backlog, see if it still exists.
Okay.
I just have to wait for the remembership thing because I left a bunch of cartoon community Discords because I just got really tired of seeing Butch Hartman stuff for a while.
I'm so sorry. I'm sure I didn't help. No, we've got Butch Hartman in the chat. I'm the real Butch, and I will have YouTube take this down. But you know what, Butch? Your face isn't anywhere on this, not even in the thumbnail. The thumbnail's probably like a generic banner of PIEGUYRULZ, or it might be like an Adventure Time thumbnail that I used for a live stream like 4 years ago. I don't know. I didn't really plan this. I hadn't streamed in a while, and I was feeling good, you know, and I wanted to try to have some positive too in with the Butch stuff. How about in every episode of Rick and Morty? Sorry, I'm just gonna answer questions while you're looking. In every episode review of Rick and Morty, well, that is one of the shows that is on my list of possibilities once I'm caught up with SpongeBob. I don't know that I ever will be, but Rick and Morty has a small amount of episodes. It's a show that a lot of people care about. It's a show that I feel decently passionate about. That is definitely a possibility up there. Way back in one of your streams, I asked your thoughts on romance in non-romance centric series, and you said you'd do a video on it. I guess it's scrapped. Can you give your thoughts now? It's not scrapped. That's called the SETI arc. Yeah, I was talking about the SETI arc. I don't know if I had announced it at that point. That's why I might have been vague. But and that's of course still not done. Like the next one, the next part is, oh, it's a humdinger. Oh, hey Nikki, how you doing? I mean, if you can't find it, it's okay. I assume it's just something related to Peter being a family guy and Butch being a family guy.
I'm not worried at all.
And let me get this straight. He's Butch, I'm Butch. Is there any other Butches I should know about? I gotta be very careful saying this guy's name. Oh
yeah, I forgot Dr. Hartman's a character, so I have to sort through a bunch of these videos.
Oh.
That's why I'm having trouble, actually.
Oh. Can you give me your top 5 favorite movies? Sure. I don't have like a set list because I've said this many times, but I'm not really a movie critic. I have my opinions and I say them sometimes, but I'm not as into that as I am TV shows. But some of my favorite films are Finding Nemo, Back to the Future, just the whole trilogy on that. And then I'm going to blank on the rest of them. So there you go. There's 2 films that I've seen. Okay. Here's a live action one that you really should check out if you're into film at all. It's called Adaptation. It stars Nick Cage, but he's serious Nick Cage, and he plays twins. And basically the movie is, I can't really tell too much, but I saw it in a film class, and it's a movie about the concept of making an adaptation. what you from in the movie, it's from a book into a movie, but it can stand to be for anything. It could even stand to be a reboot. It kind of raises the questions of what should be put into stories when adapting them from one medium to another. Should they just remain as is? Should they not be changed at all? What should be taken out, etc., etc., etc. It's a really, really good film. But yeah, I also really love the Lego Movie and Lego Batman.
All right.
Okay.
So I found something similar to it,
okay.
but it's not the exact one.
This meme better be amazing for all the time I've waited. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
There you go. This is close enough. This is what I found. Luckily, it hasn't taken this one down.
I will... Actually, before I watch it, let me share it with my fans, because I feel like me silently sitting here watching a video you guys can't see is silliness. So there you go. It's in the chat. Get it now before the chat explodes. Okay. Oh my goodness. The link won't work. Uh-oh. Were you guys able to see it in the chat? Let me know. I could link it on Twitter or something. Okay, so that's
draft on server if anyone's there.
Okay. So that was what you asked him. You asked him if he saw like something very similar to that, correct?
Yes. It's basically the Family Guy's theme song, except they replaced it with Butch Hartman for most of it. It was like a really good edit.
And it's funny too, because if I recall correctly, Butch Hartman and Craig McCracken and Seth MacFarlane worked together on, I want to say, Johnny Bravo?
Yes. And they also worked on Zoo Days, which was a failed pilot. Which you might want to check that out. It's okay.
But like that's the context. That's what you didn't even show him. You just asked if he's seen it, and then okay. So first of all, I mean, you definitely shouldn't feel bad about that at all, because this is just ridiculous. And second of all, clearly Butch had something on his mind. Because when was the stream? Like, could you give me just an estimate? Like, was it a week ago, a month ago?
I can check for an exact date, actually.
Sure. Not to be conceited, but it's possible that he saw or someone like mentioned my video or Critical's video, probably more Critical's video, on Twitter or something, and he was just in a bad mood. I don't know. I mean, that doesn't excuse the behavior, but just that doesn't seem like a normal reaction to that question. Alpha J says, "Oh, hey, Alpha J, let me."
When that happened, it happened July 13 of 2018. So literally 4 days ago.
Okay, so definitely after a lot of videos had come out. So maybe that was it. Maybe he just heard about some of these videos and was like, I don't know, but that's just not even like if he was confronted with criticism, if I showed up on a stream, right? If I hacked in like Hacker Man style, right? And went and like had a direct conversation with him, like, hey Butch, your Kickstarter sucks. Like, maybe that would be a reaction. Like it'd be like a defense mechanism of like, well, this person who's a nobody is criticizing me, so I don't have any good defense for myself, so I'm just gonna lash out at him. Like, that would make logical sense, even though it would still be awful. But just, yeah, that's, oh boy. We gotta get that clip spread around. And someone took it down, I noticed. Oh, are you still here?
Yes, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of people talking to me. It's just how it is, you know, when you have Twitter drama, Discords that you're rejoining.
Yeah. Well, this was my mind space when you were like telling me things. Because Drew approached me on Twitter and was just like, I sent you an email. Let me know when you get it. And I'm just like, I'm looking at my emails. Saul's trying to set up the server. Trayfon's telling me something on Discord. I still don't know what he was trying to tell me. Like, and my Twitter's going off with other people. Like, no joke, other people, like people I hadn't spoke to in years, kind of came out of the woodwork to talk to me about this. And for some reason, I also chose today to kind of reconnect with an old friend, Wiley. Oh, thank you for the what are they called? Super chats, Go Ken. Yep, still streaming here. But just like everyone came out of the woodwork, so I was trying to see like what was up with you, because I didn't know, you could be a troll, you could be anyone. But I wanted to hear you out, and so I was trying to talk to you while all this other stuff was going on.
I get how you feel.
I should do a drama alert parody about this.
That would be funny.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw, but like the Roundtable did a parody of, I think it was Oaxis. I don't think it was.
They did.
I think it was. Yeah, and
great.
This is good. I do have the inside sources, Alpha J. I've heard from your mother that you're a panda. So take that.
A real panda or a furry?
Wait, they took down the exposing Butch stream? Butch Hartman's real name is Elmer Earl Hartman. Hang on. Wait, did they actually take it down? Let me see if Saul's trying to message me or something. It might just be, guys, sometimes streams take a little while to process if they're long streams. So like it might just not be up on YouTube yet. So I don't know.
Well, I'm pretty sure after my recent video, they're probably scouring the webs for anything else that would cause problems.
I don't know, because they should be celebrating their victory. 129 Twitter. Oh, goodness.
I will say Butch is scared of me, because I'm like one of the few people actually has decent amount of contact with them before he shifted to what he is now.
There's something kind of scary about the way you said that with that Joker picture.
I'm sorry. I'm the guy who likes to be funny and sometimes scary.
Okay. And I mean, like, look, I said, even if you were like trolling Butch or like doing something inappropriate or whatever, the way he reacted is still not the way a normal human reacts to that. Like if he had just said like, "Oh, Drew, I've had a run-in with that guy. I don't want to speak about him," or whatever. Okay. Okay, whatever. Like that might be rude to you, but like that's not going off on like some random rant. It's like if I just now was like, I don't know, I picked a YouTuber at random. Who should I pick for this comedic example?
You can pick me.
I'll pick Alpha J because I'll pick Alpha J. Sorry, Alpha J. But just if I just in this middle of this rant, I just started being like, all right, guys, listen, Alpha J, he just has no room to talk. All right, he doesn't understand. He's always on about like pandas and animals, but he's never talking about pie rights. Okay, he doesn't talk about pastries at all, and I don't know what's going on. Like, it's like if I went off on some sort of hypothetical rant just in the middle of he was streaming Break Into Rules. By the way, okay, this is completely unrelated, but I was actually kind of impressed at how good he was at that game, because that is not the easiest of games at times.
Oh, yeah. Before I started having a breakdown, I thought it was funny how well he was doing.
Pies deserve... Oh! Alpha J, how dare you? How dare you? Pies deserve all the rights.
I'm surprised Viacom didn't strike down his stream because it was Timmy Turner. That would have been funny.
Right. Oh, goodness. Hey, thank you, Wiley, for the $1. Hey, if you guys don't know, Wiley Coyote is a guy that I've known for a long time, way back. And you should check out his videos. He does videos. He has some pretty awesome music, and he's still doing, I believe it was Toontown Rewritten videos. But yeah, check him out. Oh, goodness. If you guys have any more questions, or let me just see. Let me check my Twitter and just check everything that's going on. I don't know. I don't really want to be a drama channel, but at the same time, it's just like, I don't know. Sometimes things need to be said, and sometimes I don't know. Like earlier this year, I mean, I've been very much into my channel and very much trying to make it like work and make it good and all that good stuff. But like at a certain point, I kind of realized just like, you know what? I'm just going to speak my mind, even about things like I hadn't spoken about Enter in a while. And it's not like I bashed him or anything like that. But I was kind of afraid to say anything about Enter just because of how insane people are about that gentleman. Like not just like the haters, but like the people that like him are also crazy about him. Not everyone, of course, not everyone, but just there's people on both camps that are really, really weird about that guy. Anyway, thank you for the super chats, Ireland. This is Alpha J versus Pie Guy Civil War, and thank you very much, Monsters Review. Butch is invincible from criticism. He controls the past, the present, and the future of all. So I guess we can say that Butch Hartman has become the ultimate enemy.
I will say you're not necessarily a drama channel, because like what you said earlier, when you're with Trefon, you said if anyone has issues within the cartoon community, well, with animators who are getting like abused and stuff, you said you would help them out. I know I'm not an animator, but this is close enough to what you.
Absolutely. Sorry. Thank you, Connor, for the $5. And Akira did turn 30 yesterday. Drew, have I spoken to you before, like on Twitter? I feel like I have. I'm sorry if I don't remember. I'm sorry.
I think there's like small banter, but then again, I'm just one of those like tiny channels that's just out there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. Not to be rude. I feel like I have talked to you before. And I'm glad that you felt like you could turn to me. Like I really appreciate it. And I'm glad that, like, I'm not glad that the video exists, obviously, but just I'm glad that there's kind of some proof, some solid proof of scumminess, because a lot of where Butch operates is kind of in that gray area where he keeps his mouth shut about just the right things, and he leaves just enough of a gray area where you can say, oh, well, you're just reaching if you assume he's this, or you assume he has these intentions or whatever. He leaves just enough vagueness. And so to have just kind of a statement of him acting like a jerk, acting like a real jerk, as someone who is not appreciative of fans, someone who does not respect other people's opinions, it's kind of good to at least have some solid evidence to show to people and say, like, look, this isn't just some wild conspiracy theory. Like, there's kind of something going on here. And just because we don't know exactly what it is doesn't mean we should give Butch the benefit of the doubt, like a mountain's worth of benefit of the doubt. Thank you for the super chat, Alpha J. Hartman, I would give you an explanation on Oaxis Entertainment if I had one. Oh goodness. And then also Monsters commented, and he's still commenting. He's another channel who you guys should definitely check out. He's recently come back from a long hiatus. He does great videos. I know for a fact this dude has a really solid video coming up. And he's a cool guy, and he's helped me with a lot of stuff on YouTube lately, just kind of in the background and someone to talk to. So I appreciate him. Sorry.
My bad. I forgot there's stream delay, obviously, because I didn't see Alpha's post till like a few seconds ago. But anyways, I will say that I'm not encouraging people to push buttons, but the best way to get information is to be the nicest guy possible. Over time, if they're not nice back to you, that's how you figure out their real character.
I don't disagree with that at all. I've always tried to go with a killing them with kindness type thing. Not necessarily even like in a malicious way, just in a, you know what, this person might be controversial, I'm going to try being nice. And it's just, oh God, the super chat. Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry guys. Oh no, I don't want to miss any. What do you think of Teen Titans season 6 if Go movie does well? Honestly, I think it's also incredibly manipulative to say that season 6 will happen or might happen if the movie does well. I severely doubt there's any relation between the two. If season 6 is planned, it's planned right now, regardless of how the movie does, I think. And maybe like really poor viewings will cancel it. But what Tara Strong said is, I think, kind of scummy. I like her. I think she's good and kind in a lot of ways, but that's kind of the same manipulation that Butch was pulling. Starry Skylar says, and thank you guys all so much. How do you feel about his 3 new shows, Dynamite, Imagine Nathan, and Splatipus? They'll be on Oaxis, but they're the only shows we know about. I'm going to answer that question, but I want to say the other super chat. Butch Hartman is Derek Savage confirmed from Wiley. Honestly, the way he's reacting to a lot of stuff, Butch Hartman is kind of like put together Derek Savage. And then Power Stars, Pie Guy, longtime fan. Thank you for the entertainment. Oh, of course, anytime. Thank you for being with me for so long. So about his 3 shows, I said it in the other stream. I like them. Like, hey guys, I can criticize a person and then also like their art. Like, I'm not here to just hate on everything Butch has ever said or done. I think that Dynamite, although kind of vague, like, is kind of cool. Like the idea of like really small superheroes. Ant-Man's kind of playing that up already. And there's already been like, what was it, Mighty Mouse, Adam Ant. Like, it's not the most original, but okay, cool, whatever. That's the least exciting, I think. Imagine Nathan. sounds very, very cool. I don't know that Butch has the chops to kind of pull off the kind of story he's talking about. It sounds at times like he really understand he almost understands why people like Danny Phantom and he wants to recapture that, but he's not necessarily sure he can or whatever. And then Splatopus, of course, that's all going to be down to like how it works. Like anyone can say, I have an idea for like a Bugs Bunny like cartoon, but for what it's worth, I like his designs, I like his name for it. So yeah.
Can I bring up a small conspiracy theory? It's not bad. It's gonna be only like a few seconds.
Okay. Just remember, my channel is mostly family friendly.
I'm gonna be. I don't curse in any of my videos. I do have an accomplice who does, but
okay.
I mean, personally, I do not.
I don't mind. I don't have anything against cursing. It just in my streams. Anyway, say what you're gonna say.
All right. He's been talking about this thing called Pocket Watch for Elf Detective. I think those are linked together, and he lost the rights to it. That's my theory.
What is Pocket Watch?
Pocket Watch was another streaming service that he mentioned before he started his Oaxis stuff. And he said he had a show prepared for it. The only show that I could see that he would have ready would be Elf Detective, thanks to Kuro the artist saying about his work for it. He didn't go into details, but there's enough proof that he was working on it.
Huh.
And where is the show? Because he basically quit talking about it after Oaxis started. Because I started asking questions and he quit answering them.
I mean, here's a theory that is, I'll throw it out there. Maybe Butch has been burned too many times about being too honest and open about like certain projects that caused him to be closed up. I still don't think that's an excuse or anything, but maybe that's what's going on. Maybe he's been burned by too many people and now he just kind of wants to, I don't know. But like the funny thing is that I didn't watch Butch's videos like a while ago. Like I started watching them now, some of them just to get information here, but like just from seeing thumbnails and stuff, I got the impression that he was working on this show called Elf Detective for Cartoon Network. Because that's kind of what people were like buzzing around. And then I come to find out that like there's no plans of anything. It's just here's an idea I had, I guess. I don't know.
I still like my theory better because it links Pocket Watch to actually some type of show.
The Noog Network. Oh, the Noog Network. I had no idea it would work.
You need to talk about the history of it. It's very deep with the lore of the Noog Network.
Thank you for the donation, Alyssa. What do I think of why do I think Teen Titans Season 6 can't be greenlit later? Oh, I think it could be greenlit. I just don't think that it's that tied to how well Teen Titans Go to the movies does. I think they might bring it back. They are promoting a lot more of the original Teen Titans stuff, and it wouldn't be that much of a stretch for them to bring it back. I just think that saying that it like if Teen Titans Go to the movies does really well, that's going to be the deciding factor. And I don't know. It's kind of scummy and manipulative, and I just don't know what basis in fact that has. Anyway, the Noog Network. I actually don't know about the history of the Noog Network. Would you like to enlighten us?
Yes, the Noog Network, I believe, is what Oaxis will be. He's going to basically strip the branding of it because he used to advertise it at the end of his videos, and he switched it with Oaxis. Because when he points to something, it says, and the Noog Network, that's where Oaxis is now. He's just got to repaint it, which would be really cheap because he already has the infrastructure, and that's it.
Interesting. Very interesting. And you would think, much say that Butch knows that the Noog Network is pretty much a failure because I'm Butch Hartman. I created your childhood. I created this. He does mention Noog in that sometimes, but Noog, if you were creating a streaming service and you already have a streaming service, you would think that would be the thing that you'd be saying, hey, I've already done this. You can trust me to do this. But Noog, I checked the Noog Twitter and it's got like, I don't know, like 1 like on everything. It's kind of sad. But
Yeah,
what's the deal with that? Like, what happened? Where did that come from?
All right, so let me get into things. There's basically the Noog Network started around 2 years ago, in 20 whatever year it was, and basically I saw a few videos of him promoting it on a different channel, which I can probably dig up somewhere. I'll find him later, give to you in case you want to review this thing. Even though I wouldn't pay him money to use it personally, but you could probably get something out of it. I don't know. You can watch some of his free stuff on the Noog Network channel, YouTube channel. It's dead, but anyways, continuing. Basically, it's like a point system, like how it works. So basically, you get random points for watching things that mean nothing.
Huh.
And you like collect Noogs, which are rip-offs of Pokemon, except they suck. That's the best words to put them. They're useless.
From like the little clips that I've seen, it looks like it's just kind of really small like animations that are like, okay, they exist. Like the same sort of stuff you can get on YouTube for free.
Yeah, they're really cheap. It's not worth your money, but for a video, you would probably get your money back anyways if you were to review it. For me, no.
Thank you, Series of Numbers, for the donation. Still doing every episode of vids for non-SpongeBob shows. I want to, but I can't commit to saying that. It's still an idea I want to do, but as you guys know, I take a long time to do SpongeBob seasons in general, so we'll see. It's still on the docket, but Alpha J says, what if you never watched Fairly Odd Parents or Danny Phantom? Did Butch create your childhood still? What about all the people that are donating that like never watched Butch Hartman? Like, did he create their childhood? What about people that are older than Butch Hartman?
Oh, I know. The kids who watched the Noog Network. They made my childhood.
Thank you for the donation. Watching out. Link or name to Drew's channel, please. Drew. I don't know what you
get one. I'll get one for you. Give me a second.
I'll tell you guys what. I will put it in the chat, but I'll also tweet it out too. How's that sound? Thank you so much, Drew. You've been great.
Yeah, I'm a pretty nice guy. People invite me for things, even though my numbers are low. I'm a very useful person for things.
Numbers, don't worry about it.
I don't care about my numbers. I literally have almost all my content like pre-scheduled almost till December.
Nice.
So I'm just going to do other content.
Emily. Oh, thank you so much, Emily. I remember you, Emily, actually. I think you came to a lot of my gaming streams. Thank you for the coverage, guys. Hope everyone is having a nice night. Yeah, I hope you guys are having a nice night, too. Regardless of how kind of like upset I was in the previous stream and still am kind of upset. Like I said, this whole thing has kind of brought a lot of new people and a lot of old people back to me. And I'm just, I'm making the best of it. I'm having fun for what it is. Okay. And then also Butch Hartman, more like B exclamation point itch fart man. Am I right? Yes. Okay. So the link to your channel.
I will say, even though the video is down, I will basically create a follow-up tomorrow, basically discussing how it impacted me and stuff, because I'm not going as in-depth tonight because I'm tired and stuff.
Of course.
Who cares about that? You can tell I laugh a lot. I'm just trying to keep myself awake. But anyways, I'll basically put a Google Drive download. So in case anyone wants to download it, they can. I know a lot of people already downloaded it. But in case people want it, they can go get it.
Okay, so here it is in the chat. And then on Twitter, I'll link it and I'll tag you.
To be honest, you didn't have to do this at all. Like, I would have cared less if I showed up on a stream, actually.
Oh, no, I mean, I don't mind. Like, you've been very helpful. You've been very kind. Thank you. I mean, I'm sorry if I've been a little apprehensive. It's just, you never know with the internet, You never know what's some sort of like, just trolling.
You never know. A creepy clown guy might show up and actually be the nicest person ever. Yeah. Oh man.
I'm just impressed that you have like a mic that works, because like anytime that I've ever been on anything where like it's like, well, we're gonna take callers from random people and you just bring in someone random, it's always just like like, and then,
Well, I do invest a lot quality and time into my channel. Like, all of my subscribers mean everything to me.
Nice. Oh my god, everyone I know on Twitter is just now talking about the Butch Hartman. Wow.
That's what I'm saying. This is gonna trend. if this keeps going, because you got trending on YouTube, think about how quick this will go for Twitter.
And here's the thing. If Butch is confident that this will work, all of this is great advertisement for him, right? Nothing would look better for him than to have all of us doubt him and then he pulls it off. So I'm just saying that, like, I'm not trying to be like, I'm doing this as a favor to Butch, but I'm just saying that, like, nothing I'm saying is trying to stop him from achieving it. I would love him to achieve it. It's just more of a practical, he's probably not going to. Let's make sure people don't lose their money. Goken, thank you for the super chat. Film theory. Is Butch Hartman secretly Derek Savage and Sans? Or no, wait. Is Butch Hartman secretly Derek Savage, Sans? FNAF Undertale Part 1 featuring Butch Hartman, the creator of 2 shows that had seasonal run. Oh, goodness. You're late. What did Butch do? Well, just watch the videos I made. Like, that's a lot more of succinct things. Okay, so I've got a question that pretty much has nothing to do with the current topic, but I'm just curious. Whatever happened to your 1-year anniversary video? Ooh, I think I may have deleted those. Oops.
Well, you have content for later. Redo them.
Yeah, I don't know. I still have that stuff. Maybe I'll put stuff on the Pie Guy archive at some point. I don't know. I just don't think anyone would really care about, like, really, really old stuff. Like, if no one comments on a video in like 6 years, is anyone gonna miss it? Like, I don't know. I guess someone mentioned it, so. What did I think of Tough Puppy? From what I saw of it, and admittedly it's not the whole series, it was just okay. Like, it didn't grab me in any particular way. I was like, okay, well, half of this is like already existing Fairly OddParents humor. Half of this is spy parody that I've seen in 8 million different shows. It kind of reminded me of Nicktoons Network had a show. Oh gosh, I'm completely blanking on the name of it. Where there were like these agent characters. It kind of had some minimalistic art. The character's name changed.
Secret show.
Yes,
I watched that. That was funny.
Yes,
it was better than Tough Puppy, actually.
Yeah, but I didn't hate Tough Puppy. Like, it wasn't like awful or unwatchable or anything. Occasionally, like, Jerry Trainor's a good actor. You know, occasionally there'd be a one-liner I laughed at, and it's okay. But it didn't grip me. I didn't think it was a show that needed a ton of seasons, and it didn't get it. Okay, so series of numbers. Okay. Okay with you if others use your every episode reviewed format in their videos. Honestly, you know, I used to be like, no, but just like, you know what? Do what you want. All I ask is that put your own spin on it. Like, I don't own the rights to reviewing every episode of anything. I don't own the rights to any of it, but just like, you know what? Find a new twist on it. If you use my videos as templates or starting points, that's whatever. You know, I when I was like adamantly kind of like before, it was mostly just because I thought like, well, you know, people should do their own original thing. Less that like I felt like I was being ripped off or like anything like that. But I've come to realize since that everyone's got to start somewhere. And if you start making videos similar to someone that you really like, and then you kind of move away from that, then that's good. You could become a great content creator. So go for it. I got another super chat. You guys really, you don't need to do the super chat. It's okay. I have pants, guys. I don't need pants. And don't give Spoonie pants either. He doesn't need pants. He needs a wake up call. What do I think of the original Teen Titans finale? Are you talking about the finale, or are you talking about the finale? I think it's really bold. I mean, I think honestly, okay, regardless of what, and for you guys that don't know, there's a finale of Teen Titans. There's actually like 3 basically, where there's one where it's like the end of the last season's story arc, and it kind of brings back a lot of the villains, a lot of the heroes, and kind of gives things a nice finale. There's also the Trouble in Tokyo movie, which is like, I think it takes place in the middle of the show, or it's non-canon or something. It's not really related to anything, but it's a decent movie. And then there's the actual last episode, which basically just serves to bring up a plot point that kind of had been dropped for a little while, or that had been teased for a while and dropped, only to just be like, yeah, there's no answers, guys. I don't know. And I'll tell you how I felt about that after you know what? I know you from SpongeBob Mania and several places. I have no idea how to pronounce your name. I always want to call you @Alif, but that's not right.
Do you care if I comment on that?
Oh, do you know how it's pronounced?
No, I meant on the Teen Titans thing, not the person. I'm sorry.
Let me
I'm
read the
sorry,
super.
person.
Let me read the
Oh
super
yeah,
chat,
read it
and then you
first.
can.
Yeah.
Correct to say the post-movie SpongeBob episodes that are totally radically different, like It's a SpongeBob Christmas or Not Normal, come to mind. More ridiculously funny. Yes, in terms of coming to mind, of course, the ones that are like genre shifts, the ones that kind of make bold statements are going to come to mind more often. They're going to come to mind more often than like, oh goodness, I don't know, Squeaky Boots. Even though Squeaky Boots is a pretty funny episode. Anyway, speak your mind about Teen Titans.
Okay, for the actual finale, the one where it's just a one episoder,
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the start of the next season. The problem, I believe, what happened was this was like a cry to the fans to say, keep getting us those numbers and stuff. The problem was the fans weren't there that day, and that's how they failed, I think. Because the idea is they needed a cliffhanger, if you think about it.
Well, okay, so I've heard, and I don't know if this is confirmed, but I'd heard rumors that basically the writers did it intentionally, and maybe they did do it to some extent to try to get the show back. But from what I heard, and I don't remember really where I've heard this, so take it with a huge grain of salt, it's that the writers, the message of the last episode is that the characters' lives are going to go on after the series ends. They're going to still fight villains like it's every other day. There's still going to be big mysterious mysteries that happen. That's just, the world goes on. It was some sort of statement, and if that was the intent, I admire that. In execution, though, it's just the Tara thing. Like it's just she was, if I recall correctly, she was like the first big kind of story arc thing the show did, and so she's been just a big dangling participle. I keep using that phrase. It doesn't mean what I say it means. I just like to use it that way. For like a while, and so to tease her of all things was just kind of a really baity move, I think.
Well, like I said, that was the whole point of the episode. However, just to add a little bit to it, I think the initial idea was probably to break up the teams. That way, it could at least split them off to a single show, possibly, because voice actors do get expensive if you think about it.
Maybe.
But that's all I think. That would have worked if they did a follow-up to that. It's like, oh, everybody quit after a few weeks later or something because of that incident.
Not to interrupt. I just got a stream, or I just got a link. Oh man, someone did some great art of me and Salt. But someone, Butch Hartman is doing his like We Did It stream, and I don't really want to watch it, and I don't want to comment on it or anything because
that's really nice art.
Yeah, right. I retweeted if you guys want to see the art, but yeah, because I have to say what I have to say, but I'm not interested in kicking the man when he's trying to celebrate. He has every right to celebrate. Yeah. So let's see, Alyssa. That's not what happened. The creators said so. Titans Tower 5 seasons of which thing didn't happen though? What I was saying, or sorry, you have to be a little more specific. Don't super chat again, but I'll keep a lookout for your name. Tara and Slade hit it off in Judas. Oh God, Judas contract. Is it possible that Butch is not saying who else is involved because the people will only commit if the Kickstarter goal is complete? I mean, it's possible. Like, here's the thing: it's possible, but like I said in my video, he doesn't even name like a no-name Joe Schmo. Like, if he had like named the people that work on his YouTube channel, because obviously it's not him doing all of it. If he had just said like, Zach Schmeegly Schnabels is here on camera work. You know him from my YouTube channel. I've got him behind me, supporting me. I wasn't expecting him to be like, here's Danny Antonucci with the next Ed Nettie on here. But yeah, like, oh, okay. So he has a pronunciation guide. It's Ataif. So sorry. I love these impromptu fake names. I'm really bad at names, guys. I can't. Apparently my ability to make up names is just limited to Schmitty, Worman, Jaegerman, Jensen, and then I just gotta ramble on the last name. Will Pie Guy Plays come back? Yes. That's all I'll say. But the channel is not dead. I should have like posted a video or something, but there's plans. There's plans, my friends. Any more college confessions? I've been out of college for a few years, so probably not. Have I played Danganronpa V3? No, I haven't. I shouldn't say this because you guys could really wound me here, but I'm right at the very end of the season. How do you even say it? It's Danganronpa 3, which is the second anime series, which is the sequel to the second game. I don't know. I'm getting close to the end. I'm almost to like the Hope chapters, or the Hope chapter. But no, I haven't played it yet. It's in my Steam library. I am so excited to get to it. I really love Danganronpa. The bad thing that happened to me, it was part of the reason why I spent like 4 days playing Danganronpa straight. So my mind has been very Dangan.
Dang, man. Oh man, that was a bad pun.
It's okay. Apparently, one of the running memes in Danganronpa is pronouncing the name as like just random things like Durgan Rumperm. And I've completely avoided like the Danganronpa community because I mean the games are just literal spoilers. Apparently, the main villain of the first game is often drawn holding Monokuma. So yeah. And I'm sure this sounds like complete garbage to everyone who has no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's understandable.
So what exactly was said to Drew? Drew, do you wanna just say it one more time, just kind of give a quick recap in case anyone missed it in the other stream?
All right, so people who missed the other stream, that's okay if you did. Luckily, you came here to hear it from me myself. Basically, I asked Butch Hartman, did you see this Family Guy meme? And basically, he went on a mini rant. He literally broke character, and then he stopped. He asked for forgiveness, even though he said my name, even though he claimed he didn't, which was the best part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, laugh. It's like, I won't say names because I'm protected. It's like, you said my name. Good job. But basically, there's a Google Drive that will be released later in case people don't believe me. You can see it now on basically a VOD on Twitch, which is around the 16 minute mark. And you can start from there. It's from July 13th, basically.
And Drew did upload this before anyone is saying, like, he did upload a video, but it was mysteriously taken down by Frederator Allied Media, like, what, 10 minutes after you uploaded it? Yeah,
but I hit literally 700 views, so I'm pretty sure people downloaded it because people in the comments said it.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. And Trayfon told people to do as much, to spread it around because, yeah, man. It's not like, it's not like I want to say that Butch is like an awful person because he did this one thing, but it's just like this characterization, this, like you said it, I think correctly, is this breaking of character. It's just kind of like a kind of, I don't know, something that makes a lot of the theories and ideas about him seem a bit more credible, a bit more credit card. What's your opinion on The Office revival? No, they're not reviving The Office. Shush, don't you tell me such lies. Thoughts on each of the Danganronpa installments? Like I said, I've only played the 2. I didn't get to play Despair Girls. I really want to. I can't afford it. Maybe that's what I'll do with some of this Super Chat money. But I like the first one a lot, obviously. The second one is so much better. The characters are just flat out better. The people who survive towards the end are better. I don't want to spoil anything, but a few of the characters that survive towards the end of the first game, I'm like, why did you pick these characters? These are like the worst, most annoying characters. A few of them. But the second game alleviates that hugely. The twist in the second game is just like, what is going on? And what's great about the second game is that it builds on the ambiguous ending of the first game. It would be very easy to kind of throw out that ambiguous ending and like go with an easier option, but they built it, and the anime is super cool too.
Oh man, I'm just loving what's happened to his recent tweet. People are just putting proof of that video. They're just tagging him in it.
I don't, like I said, I don't really want to harass or bother him.
I don't either. Like I said, I started being really nice to him, and he just broke character, like I said.
Yeah.
I think that's how he is. Like, I don't think he has. I think he probably gained a cult personality from his religion, because I understand that because I'm also Christian, sort of. Not saying for how long though. Obviously, but it's understandable he could have inherited that from there. And he just doesn't know what to do.
I mean, I wanted to be very careful with saying this, especially just in the video with Saul, because we were both kind of getting worked up and stuff, because like I don't want to make any sweeping generalizations. I don't really want to state anything about religion because it's just a whole can of worms. But
I didn't either. I just stopped it there. I don't want to go further.
Yeah. It's just historically there is some level of just this cult mentality in just some sects, some small sects. There's a T in that. That can lead to a mentality like this. And this isn't like a slamming thing. It's just when he said that on his live stream, like, well, it's not a Christian channel, but we are going to be instilling Christian values in all the content. Like he said something almost exactly like that. It just makes you raise an eyebrow. And I don't want to turn this into a thing because there's nothing wrong with making Christian content. It's just doing it under this guise of, hey guys, you like Danny Phantom, right? Like not being upfront with it at all is creepy and scummy. And just be honest, just be honest. That's all it takes, man. But you know what? Honesty. The thing about honesty is that honesty is the enemy of ego, because honesty means that you're saying some failures of yourself. You're saying some things that don't always show you in a favorable light.
Well, I think even when you take criticism, you should at least be able to say, you should either just not respond at all or consult the person privately at minimum. One of the two.
Yeah.
Because at least you're ignorant of them, but that means you're standing on ground.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, and I don't mean to have my own ego on this, but just, I'm very happy that I followed this thread because I saw it and I asked myself a question, like, do I want to get involved in this? Do I want to go up against someone who a lot of people love? Like love. And ultimately I was like, you know what? I have something to say and I'm going to try to say it in the most respectful way I know how. I'm not going to, I'm not attempting to criticize the man or anything. At first I wasn't looking into him. I wasn't looking at anything. It was just his project. And then it led me here. And now I don't feel bad about pursuing it at all. Also, okay. Alyssa, you didn't have to super chat again, but thank you. So back to Teen Titans, she had an interview with, if you go to that and delete the spaces, let's see. It's Glenn Murakami, producer of Teen Titan animated series, and a most comprehensive Teen Titans interview. So let's see, where do we get to the good stuffs here? How Teen Titans come about? It's probably towards the end. Let's see. Oh my goodness, this is an interview. This is an interview. I don't know if I've ever been asked this many questions in my entire life. I guess I could maybe just like Command F for finale. Here we go. Are you satisfied with Things Change? Oh, it's called Things Change, of course. As the series finale. I am. I think it was a nice cap to the Terra story. The thing people don't realize about Terra is she wasn't cut out to be a superhero. She had her own superpowers, wasn't cut out for that, and that's what makes her a tragic character. I think that's what makes her character interesting. It's hard to explain that sort of thing to people. Some characters are born to die, and that doesn't mean we don't like that character. That's the lesson of that character. I mean, that's cool. Yeah, like just the way they did it as to tease Terra in the way they do. Because it's like a tease as to right up until the end, even as to whether or not she's even Terra. I haven't seen it in ages, just to preface that. Oh my goodness, there's 650 people here watching us.
I literally get 3 notifications every few seconds on Twitter.
Dude, could you imagine? This must be this. Well, not that this must be, but like Imagine being like a really big YouTuber. You must just get this stuff just all the time.
I don't know. Even the small guys get problems. Like I get a lot of problems sometimes.
I'm not talking about problems. I'm just talking about just the constant amount of people that want to talk to you and want to share information with you. And it's great. I'm not looking down on it. It's just hard to manage. Oh goodness. Am I a Doraemon, a Pokemon, is Doraemon a Pokemon or a Digimon? I don't know what Doraemon is. It sounds like an anime. What's the most trippy family cartoon you've seen? Glenn Martin.
Man, Doraemon's not a Pokemon or a Digimon. It's an entire different show entirely. It's that blue cat thing.
I'll
get a picture.
What was I saying? Oh, Glenn Martin DDS. There you go. That's a family cartoon. Well, I don't know if you can call it a cartoon, but say hello to Scott, please. Hello, Scott, please. Why do so many people watch your streams? Maybe because I haven't streamed in ages. Maybe because I just had a stream that went over 1,000 people for just an impromptu stream that we did.
It went on trending, literally.
That's
for
crazy.
streams.
That is crazy. What are your thoughts?
It's not far off either.
Oh, what are your thoughts on Ellis Mark challenging Butch before Oasis? I saw that guy's video. It was a good video. He made some really good points. I was pretty sure he was also that Turkey Tom guy, but I don't think they're the same person. I might be getting them confused. But no, like he made a good video where he also wasn't trying to bash on Butch or anything, but just kind of pointed out that like if other YouTubers did the same kind of clickbaity tactics that Butch did, they would get called out, but Butch doesn't because of his clout. Hey, Pie Guy, can you sing We Are Looking for Blues Clues? No. Did you like making fiends? I remember watching that on Turbo Nick. I honestly don't think I have an opinion on it, to be honest. Alyssa says, talking about Teen Titans still. And thank you. You stop super chatting. I don't like the finale. It's one of the most poorly executed things I've ever seen, but I don't think it should be acknowledged as a cliffhanger. Yeah, Drew, I'm sorry. I don't think it was meant to be a cliffhanger.
And that's just me. I either think it was a start of another season. They just happened to roll it back because they got canceled or something like that. Because it doesn't seem like a good finale.
No.
Like the original, even the movie did better.
Yeah. Yo, new show by the Avatar: The Last Airbender writers. I heard about that. That is exciting. I am super hyped about that. Will I review seasons 10 and 11 of SpongeBob? Absolutely. Ellis Mark and Turkey Tom aren't the same person. All right, I'm sorry, okay? I don't know why I thought they were. I really don't. I don't think they sound alike at all. I'm pretty sure Ellis Mark has like a thick accent. Hey, Pie Guy, does the name Jazzy Pastry ring a bell? And could you shed some light on what happened to it? Unfortunately, I had a falling out with the other guy that did it, and no one, there were no views on it. Like, no one really was that interested in it. And, I left the videos up for a long, long time, and no one was interested on it, and it was just kind of weird to have all these videos up with this guy that, I had a falling out with, so I just kind of... I don't even... They are still there, they're just on private. So, if I ever felt like bringing that back for whatever reason, I theoretically could, but, trust me, you're not missing anything. What do I think about Adventure Time ending soon? Well, I think that... I actually did a discussion with Monsters Review a long time ago when this was announced. And also, I have something special for the Adventure Time finale and for the Adventure Time Minecraft special. And all I'll say is that if you were a fan of the way me and Leah covered Steven Universe, you might be happy with how this comes out. I don't know. Leah's not involved, though. I didn't mean that to tease it like that, but just, yeah. Hey, Bye Guy, did you know that Rugrats actually aired on Nick Jr. a few times? I do actually think I knew that trivia from somewhere, and it makes sense. I mean, there's definitely many episodes of Rugrats that feel like they're for preschoolers, especially towards the end. What's your history with the bit block? Okay, listen. I don't have any personal history with the bit block. I followed him after, because of Game Explain, and just paying attention to the guy for any amount of time. I don't want to, don't harass him, please. And I'm not going to say too much here, but just the gentleman cannot take criticism in any way, shape, or form. He put out a video where he's cosplaying a Zero Suit Samus cosplay. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what, dude, you. But he put out this video out of nowhere. And people were more like, dude, what is this? Than they were like, you're a guy cosplaying as a girl or anything. They weren't really making fun of him. But he shut off the comments on the video, and he went on Twitter rant after rant about how I'm so brave for posting this, and you guys don't understand me. And like, most of the people were just confused because, like, if I were to post a video of myself cosplaying as just like Yoshi or something with no context, just in the middle of uploads with nothing else, like, you know, you guys would be like, what is this? You know, you wouldn't necessarily like throw your support at me. You'd probably be more confused than anything else. Oh, I love Game Explain. Game Explain is the reason why I started doing discussion videos. Yeah. Anyway, super chat, man. Make sure I didn't miss any. Your mom. Hey, stop watching, mom. Pie Guy watched the French cartoon Last Man. You know what? I will make a note of that. I've never heard of it before, but I'm gonna make a note. Am I excited for BoJack Horseman season 5? Absolutely. I kind of want to do like, I want to do like an episode by episode coverage of it. To be honest with you, I don't know if that's what'll be happening, but I don't really know how that would work out with the Netflix show. But that would be great, I think, because I really love BoJack and there's a lot to say. And unfortunately, the last time I tried to speak about BoJack with Saul, that was supposed to be for my channel. Like I kind of approached her and everything, but my mic screwed up so badly, and I couldn't bear to listen to myself sound like I was, unveiling some secret information about the CIA. Like, it sounded bad, and I couldn't fix it, and I got frustrated. So she uploaded it. It's out there. It just doesn't sound good. People are asking questions. 620 people still here. Thank you guys so much. This is crazy. Someone has a question for you, Drew.
Ooh, nice.
Have you ever seen the good old days of Nicktoons? If he did, oh no, scrolling, name it out.
Okay, so I'll say for the generation that I'm in, I was in the generation of reruns. So basically, I saw the good old days of Nicktoons, and that just slowly faded away as I got older.
Huh. Wait, what? Sorry, explain that again. I was reading. I'm sorry.
So basically, I was in a generation of reruns. So basically, that's when they're rerunning like Angry Beavers and a bunch of other stuff during the time. But as time went on, it basically faded away. So I got to see the good old days of Nicktoons until it disappeared. Like, I was there for the event when Poof showed up and all those other characters, but that's when I quit watching, really.
Series of numbers. People probably super chat to get their comment notice. Since you say don't super chat, is there a more efficient way you could do this? I mean, you could tweet at me, but there's like a lot of stuff going on. I guess it is the most efficient. I feel bad, guys, because like it's okay. Like, you don't need pants. Like, I really do appreciate the super chats. Some people are doing it multiple times, and like, guys, save your money for Danganronpa.
Although, say something when you're done.
Let me just add an addendum that like maybe don't do that if you're like under a certain age, because Danganronpa's, I'd say, mildly inappropriate. Anyway, go for it.
I will say, after I quit watching, I literally grew up on your SpongeBob videos and Mr. Enters, which is really weird thinking about it now.
Huh.
Like, what your way old days. Like, that's what I started watching after I quit watching Nickelodeon, which was interesting.
Well,
I was a weird person back then.
Thank you. I didn't know you were such like a long viewer.
Well, the thing was, like, for me, it's hard for me to understand, like, to be critical of things. That's just how I am. Like, I'm really similar to what Mr. has, like, of the Aspie spectrum, except it's slightly worse than his. Not to be calling out and stuff. I'm taking medication and whatnot, but that's just how it is for me. Like, it's hard for me to come up with what my opinion should be on things, essentially. And with your videos like analyzing and criticizing thing, it shows why I like things I like and why I don't like things I don't like.
That's so great to hear, to be honest, because like a part of the reason I did some of this stuff, and I still do, is just because like, you know, I'm not telling people how to think, but like I try to explain things. Like I look at why I like something and I try to explain it out. And if that can help other people realize why they like something and like to seek out other things that they like because of it, like that's great. I think that's amazing. Someone people keep asking about Danganronpa. No, it's not the game I'll be let's playing. I wish, but I feel like that's the kind of game that you really should experience on your own. I feel like I don't have enough hours in my life to let's play that, and B, I want to support the creators on that, because I feel like that's one of those games that's like, if you upload the whole thing, you're kind of like just uploading the whole thing, really. Most of the game is the story, but I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I might do like a video about Danganronpa though. I might do some sort of review or something. I was thinking maybe it'd be cool to do like a top 10 favorite cases in story-based games, and I would basically include all of the cases from Ace Attorney, from Edgeworth Investigations, from Danganronpa, and I'm trying to think, is there any other franchise that kind of has cases like that? I don't know.
In Order, the video game.
999.
Put that one in.
No, I don't think. No. I love 999 and the whole Zero Escape franchise, but that doesn't have cases in the same way, I don't think. Have I gotten any cool DVDs lately? I've been a little short on fundage, and I've also been just kind of like trying to minimize my life a little bit. So I'm going for more of like series box sets than I am trying to collect like season at a time. It's just kind of too tedious. But mostly I've just been watching stuff on Netflix and Hulu. So not really, to be honest. Do I know any other languages? I used to know sign language, but that's about it. Hi, guy. Do you have any disorder/disability? Well, excuse me. No, that's an okay question. I just, not that I know of, but I tend to relate to a lot of people who do have some stuff. So I don't know. When I say that Rocko's Modern Life is as good as the best of SpongeBob, honestly, it's about due time for me to rewatch Rocko again. But maybe not the best of SpongeBob, but it's pretty good. It's pretty up there. Have I been rewatching any SpongeBob seasons? I did a bit of season 4 and 5 for that analysis I did a while ago. And then just season 10. I'm surprised that analysis didn't take off more than it did. I'm kind of a little sad. Well, I don't know. I'm a little sad and I'm a little happy because, oh no, I missed a super chat. No, at I forget how to pronounce your name too. No, what's the super chat? What did it say? I'm scrolling desperately. I see it. Who did the new SpongeBob season 1 pictures? Erin or Quazle? Will there be any new season 2 and 3 pictures? Also, did I do the CWN pick yourself? CWN. I don't know what CWN pick is. But Quazle did the season 1 pictures. There may or may not be for seasons 2 and 3. I want there to be, but just yeah, it takes her some time to draw stuff. So I don't know. There may or may not be, but the plan is that there would be nice if there were some. It's just kind of one of those like back burner things. I initially did it like redid the season 1 pictures because I was gonna do some more videos about SpongeBob season 1, but honestly, with just kind of how a lot of other things on my channel have taken off, and SpongeBob videos are surprisingly not doing great. Yeah, I don't know. They may or may not.
I do have a good story about foreign languages, though.
Go for it.
Okay, for people who remember Kim Possible, do you remember that show at all?
Yeah.
Do you remember how, I guess, Ron pronounced a thing called naco?
Yes.
So when I was in Spanish class, part of this test I had to take, I had to speak out loud and order something from a menu. Mm-hmm. And I made the H silent on nachos because I was just tired out of my mind. And I said, "Can I order some nachos?" And everyone just started laughing, like they just yelled on it. The teacher's like, "You know the H isn't silent in nachos." And I was like, "Oh, it isn't." Oh man, that was great.
Thank you, Steven Sketches, for the dollar, and I like your little toucan Sam. And yeah, you guys know, like, I've been the subject of some pretty bad pronunciations on some things. I think I called John DiMaggio Joe DiMaggio. I don't know what is wrong with me. That's a baseball player. And let's see what else. There's the time I heard "I love you like a love song, baby," as "I love you as like I love some baby." There's the time I accidentally put iCarlu instead of iCarly. That was when I wasn't wearing my glasses. And also when my computer was running slowly, so I couldn't really watch my own videos back very closely. It was bad. How do you pronounce my name? I pronounce it Kevin, and I'm not gonna say the last name part of it. Chris Tang. Over the Garden Wall is one of CN's GOAT shows. IMO. I don't. What does GOAT mean? Speaking of things I don't know, game of the year? No. Over the Garden Wall is a pretty nice show. It still is not really my cup of tea, but I acknowledge that it's very good. See ya, ADP 1998. Favorite type of pie? It's pistachio pudding pie. Which is ironically a terrible pie name to have to say over and over into a microphone because of the pea pops. Oh my goodness,
My bad, I just tapped my mic for a second for people who are watching. And to respond earlier, someone asked why the video's down. Yeah, I know it's blocked. I know it. They blocked in like 10 minutes when it was up.
GOAT is greatest of all time. Thank you for keeping me woke, Alpha J. Does anyone remember the PBS Kids show Lamb Chops Play Along and Barney and Friends? Well, I'm pretty sure most people know of Barney and Friends, but I was a little too old for that, and I've never heard of Lamb Chop.
I've seen it, but I never watched it.
Let's see, what time is it? Oh my god, it's 1:19 in the morning. Holy, I don't know where you folks are in time zone land, but
for me it's 12:19 a.m.
Oh man, but this is fun. I'm having a lot of fun, guys. I'm up for like quite a bit longer, as long as people are still here. 6:19 a.m. over here. What are you doing, Agent Paradox? Speaking of doing, I'm gonna have some Code Red. PIEGUYRULZ is not sponsored by Mountain Dew Code Red, but I'd like to be. Nope, don't even get out of here with West Coast, Best Coast. None of that. None of that.
I will say I took a zip fizz before here, so I have like 5 hours in me until I die.
PIEGUY, have I been confirmed for Smash Bros yet? Everyone is here. So I guess, yeah. I don't know. Hey man, there's a me of me. You could make a me of me. So there you go. Everyone is here. All right, listen, give me a shout out if good night, other Nikki. Give me a shout out if anyone was here for that wacky time I streamed at like 3 a.m.
I don't think I was.
It was so great though, because like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love having like a ton of people here. It's great, but like because of the time, like I was able, I mean, actually, this is really good too. I'm able to read the chat here. Like there's a lot of people, but I'm still able to read the chat. But because of 3 a.m., like I was able to read like everyone's comments. There was like a decent amount of people here for it being a 3 a.m. stream. Anyway, oh, sorry, 2 a.m. Excuse me. All right, Super Disney Fan has the facts. It ended at, I think it ended at like 5 or something. Like 2 years ago in the winter. Yep, during like finals time. You were there, Alpha J? Were you even making videos at that point? Wow, that's crazy. Hey man, can you notice me? I did it. The APOK. Emmy Joy, yes, I remember you. And that's the thing too, like getting to do that like small stream, kind of like helped me get to know some people, like some fans. Like, I mean, want to announce it now because, like I said, I want to get everything in a row before I do it. But my Patreon, first of all, I deleted the old one because I was basically gonna like revamp it and then just kick everyone that was currently a subscriber off of it because I didn't want anyone to be charged like monthly or like, you know, I didn't want anyone to be charged when they didn't know they're being charged. But Patreon doesn't let you kick off patrons anymore. So I went through all the work of changing it. And then I'm like, oh no, like people are going to get charged next month if I don't do something right now. I don't want people to think I'm like scamming or anything. So I had to undo it. And then I had to just recreate everything that I did in a new Patreon. And Callie Spinelli says, I remember being at the 3A stream. And I do remember you being there too. Recno64 says, I enjoyed the stream. Hope you get but Patreon, one of the things I'm going to do with it is I want to do a private Discord server for patrons, and I also want to do live streams for patrons that are like public for everyone after. But I don't want a case like last time where I did a live stream for like 5 people because I didn't have a ton of patron subscribers, and you know, not everyone's available at all times to do a live stream. So basically what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to set it for like a monthly or like a goal, right? Have a goal be open a Discord server, or another goal be do live streams a month for patrons. But it'll be a goal first, so that way I'm not doing it for like 3 people. And then once those goals are unlocked, anyone that donates at all, like $1 or above, will have access to the Discord server and the streams. So let's see. I am used to get video game Kickstarters, but not this. Mawap Malinga. Goken says, I want Sans to be in Smash, and his trailer is that it just shows Ness on stage summoning a Waluigi trophy, then all you hear is the sound he makes. Just Sans trolling. Oh my goodness. I actually didn't play Undertale. I watched a Let's Play from Loxton, who does Noggin. I almost did a video with Loxton at one point. There was a time like a while ago, kind of like right now, where I'm like on the kick for like doing discussions and videos with everyone. And I talked to him during that time, but I had like a lot of other things going on, and I just kind of, you know, we were like, well, we'll schedule this later, and then it never really happened. But like that guy's really cool. If you've never heard of him, he's like, I don't know, he's like older Matt Pat, like Matt Pat before Matt Pat became the YouTube Matt Pat. I don't know. PIEGUYRULZ, do I read comic books? I used to. Honestly, I wish I could more. It's just they're expensive, man. The graphic novels are definitely the way to go in terms of like price on that, but even that's kind of expensive versus just subscribing to Netflix and having a ton of content. You know what I mean? For like the same amount of money. Can I make a video about the amazing Noog Network? I probably won't, just because after this, I do just kind of want to let the Butch Hartman stuff die out for a while. I don't want to be accused of like, you know, being on the bandwagon or like I'm just here to make a buck off of Butch's misery. I don't want anyone to get that impression. And I feel like I've really kind of said everything I have to say. I think the Noog Network, it is something that is kind of like worth looking into at a point, but yeah, not right now. Not for me anyway. Maybe Saul or someone else will do it. Alpha J, does this mean we're gonna get more 3 AM streams? If that's, listen, with the patron streams, if that gets unlocked and if that goes well, if people agree on that, then we could do that. Who's your favorite and least favorite Danganronpa character, and what are my thoughts of the 3 anime? Danganronpa 3 anime is kind of slow and weird at the start. I love the past stuff, the Despair arc. The future arc is kind of weird. I don't understand why they made it a killing game if they're not going to do like half the rules of a killing game, but it's definitely picked up as time went on. My favorite character in the entire thing, I'm going to be lame and say like Chiaki. I don't know. I also really like Makoto. I know he's kind of bland, but I like him. Hifumi is really funny. Teru is really funny. Least favorite character has to be what's his name? I think it's like Yashihiro Hiro, the psychic in the first game. I don't understand his character because I think he's supposed to be funny, but he's not funny. Hey, Pillock, how you doing? What's poppin', Jimbo? What am I supposed to say to that? Like, you know, one time what's the quote? It's like, one time I sat on a banana. It changed my life. It's a Jimmy Neutron quote. Oh God, why is everyone super guys? It's okay. Like I don't. Been watching since 2009. Just wanted to say hi. Thank you very much, Brian. Sarah, I don't have anything specific to say. I just wanted to support you. Thank you very much, Sarah. Oh my goodness. Kawaii Potato. Nothing to say really. Been watching for a while. Keep it up. Thank you. I love your little avatar picture. Keik Usagi for Ultra Despair Girls. You know what? I will get Ultra Despair Girls. Thank you very much. I will. I'm excited. Toko is actually one of the characters I'm also not super thrilled about. Just from the first game, but I hear that I guess that spoils things. I don't know. Just I hear that she's more interesting in Ultra Despair Girls. So yeah. My cat is trying to drink my water. We're just looking around. What's up, Sades? I'm liking the fact that some people are interested in Danganronpa because it does make me want to make a video about them. Do I know about H3H3? Of course. I honestly have never really been into them, to be honest. I don't have like any major criticisms of them or anything like that. It's just they never really did it for me. So I'm very much aware of them, but yeah. Have I seen Mega Dupe TV? That name sounds familiar, and I know I've talked to him on Twitter or somewhere. I don't know that I've ever seen his content though. Pie Guy will have pants for decades. Oh goodness. What show is uglier than Problem Solvers in your opinion? Secret Mountain Fort Awesome? No, Problem Solvers is definitely uglier. I don't know. I don't know that there is one. Maybe Control Alt Delete. I don't know. I want you to sing the Family Guy theme song. No. I actually sing a lot more now, though, just in my day-to-day life. Like, since I did the Atlantis Square Panis thing, it kind of bugs me because I know I can sing better than that. I know the thing about singing is that a lot of it, you need confidence. And since kind of being a little distance out of college, I've gained some confidence. And so like a part of it is just kind of belting it out and not being afraid of who hears and stuff. I'm not gonna do it now. Just after I said all of that, just because there's a lot of people watching, and also my mic isn't really set up for that because I feel like it'll peak. But there you go. Favorite animation YouTuber? Odd Ones Out is pretty cool, and Jaden Animations is also pretty cool. Alyssa Swain, what comics did I read? Thank you so much. You've donated so much. Amazing Spider-Man used to be a big one, and then World War Hulk and Planet Hulk are also really good, or at least Planet Hulk is really good. I don't really remember much about World War Hulk. I got into comics in the Civil War time, which was actually a terrible time because the Civil War comics are really boring, but for whatever reason, I have a ton of them. But yeah, that was about the time that I read. I mostly read Amazing Spider-Man. I kept up with that for a while. Like I read it basically, also got into it, if you know the timeline, right before One More Day. Terrific time to get into comics, right? Which I wasn't a fan of. But like I thought Brand New Day was like okay. Like I would have preferred it to not exist, but it was okay, especially at towards the end. I was there for Doc Ock Spider-Man. Yeah. Why did I never do a video on the Loud House? Guys, you know what? I don't have any criticisms of the Loud House. It's just not a show that interests me. That's the honest truth. It honestly, and I know that's hard to understand sometimes. It's just not a show that I'm really interested in getting into. And considering there's tons and tons of other people who will love to cover the show, I don't really feel like I need to be covering the show. So that may change someday. But yeah. I do a Pie Guy Plays with Banjo-Kazooie. I really like Banjo-Kazooie, but probably not. I kind of like keeping Pie Guy Plays to cartoon related content. Kawaii Potato. I feel like those symbols mean something. I know they mean something. I cannot remember what they mean. Is that a Danganronpa thing? Let's see. Pick one cartoon to give a good reboot. Danny Phantom. As long as Butch Hartman is kept away from it and Marmel is on board. That's what I want. Am I planning on getting and reviewing the Gravity Falls complete series on DVD or Blu-ray someday? I don't know if I'll review it, but someday I would love to own it. It's just expensive. It's justifiably expensive, though. I'm not complaining. Like, it totally makes sense. Because there's a lot of content on there. and I'd rather an expensive DVD box set that actually gives good content than like a cheap one that does nothing. So someday I'd like to own it, but Pikehead does not know Loss. Oh, that's from I learned about that meme. That's right, it is Loss. Goodness. And now the chat's just gonna be like, is this Loss?
I'm still here if people are wondering.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not ignoring you. I just didn't know.
No, it's fine. I'm just letting the chat know in case they want to still ask me things. I'm still here.
Did I see the Robo Buddy Steven You rant? Great video. I did, but I'll be honest, I don't really remember it too much. The thing is, I've seen like 4 or 5 like hour-long Steven Universe rant videos, and they're like all of them I've enjoyed. Some of them I agree with more than others, but I could not remember which person made which points. I've seen Leia C's one. I've seen RoboBuddy's one. I've seen, I don't even remember, but I've seen a few of them, and I kind of like was tempted to make my own of just like, here's a list, because I mention it like every time I talk about Steven Universe, like Steven perspective, and you know, the show focuses on weird things and where did the gems go, and like I mention it a lot. So I might one day sit down and kind of just get out all my gripes. What would be the worst cartoon in existence? I don't know. I don't know. Notice Drew. Hashtag notice Drew Senpai. I noticed you, Drew. I acknowledge your presence.
I exist.
Oh, someone has a question for you. They're not familiar with your channel yet. They preemptively subbed. What sorts of videos do you make?
All right. So for people who are obviously from the cartoon community, the best videos I would recommend are my Yu-Gi-Oh! What If / Crazy Cans, where basically I change the canon and show what the outcome would have been for the series. And I plan to do other series, actually.
That is really cool. One sec, though. Chris Tang, thank you for the donation. How about RoboStream roasting Mr. Enter's book? I honestly didn't know she did that. I didn't know Mr. Enter had a book, even up until when I did the Growing Around thing. Like, the reason, or like the thing with the Growing Around video that I did, I just wanted to kind of look at it at face value. Like, yes, you know, I've known Enter was working on this for a while, but no, I didn't know that, like, all there. I don't think at the time. I didn't know who made it, and I wanted to kind of try to judge it partially, like, as someone who kind of is vaguely familiar with him, but also from the perspective of someone who just kind of stumbles along the Kickstarter. Because they wouldn't know, because he doesn't say in the Kickstarter, or he didn't when I looked at it, like, hey, I have a book with all these ideas, and like you can get it and you'll have an idea of what this is. I'm robotic again. Can you still hear me?
I hear you. I don't know about other people.
Man,
Chat's going fast for me.
Yeah. Oh, back to what you were saying. That sounds like a really cool idea. I will definitely check that video out.
Robo
What did you?
Drew and Robo Guy. That's funny.
That's probably my internet. What are my South Park season 21 thoughts? You know, friends, I actually have been rewatching season 21, and I'm thinking about making a video that, like, it's finally kind of like an end of the reviews I did, but I'm also just kind of tempted to wait because we're almost to season 22. And a big thing about the season 21 finale is that, like every time South Park does this thing, the story arcs, it ends with not just one cliffhanger, it ends with 4 storylines. Like, all 4 of them, or at least, like, I think, no, 3 of the 4 of them have no wrap up, and I don't know if they'll be continued next season or not. And I feel like if I make a video now, people will be like, oh, well, they're going to continue it next season, or oh, it's set up to what. And historically, they have not continued it next season, aside from very selectively choosing to remember Heidi, but nothing else that happened in season 20 aside from Garrison Trump. So a part of me wants to just wait until season 22 is started, and then I'll do my season 21 video. I don't know. PIEGUYRULZ, any DC comics? No, honestly, I haven't. I don't have anything wrong with DC, but like, I didn't have a ton of money, and I figured I might as well just stick with one comics continuity. You know what I mean? Like, why bother kind of splitting it across both? I'm sure there's some great comics from DC, and I am a big I'm not a big, but I am a Batman fan. But yeah. Let's see. Did someone else? Oh, 2 more people super chatted. Oh my goodness. Are y'all made of money? Are you guys like Butch Hartman? Like, what is going on here?
We need to help you buy more box sets.
I appreciate it so much, guys. Chris Tang says, thanks for the fun. Gotta go. Shout out to University of Michigan. And Mawap Malinga says, have you watched the Uncharted fan film? Can we kickstart that instead of Oaxis? Also, South Park RPGs are better than the show to me. Yes, the RPGs are amazing, and like story-wise, have been better than South Park has been for a few years. I've seen the Uncharted fan film. I've seen clips of it. To be honest, I didn't watch the whole thing. I'm not into Uncharted, but I like Nathan Filet-Mignon. I know that's not his actual last name, but yeah, I saw clips of it and it looked pretty cool. How much have I earned from this one stream alone? Is there a way to check that? I feel like there's probably a way to check that. It's probably a stream deck, right? Let's see. Oh God, I'm kind of afraid of this. Because now when people are like, this PIEGUY's talking about Butch Hartman, they're going to be like, look, PIEGUY made $100 off of this stream. And then I'm going to be like, well, it wasn't my plan. Let's see. What would it be under? Live streaming. Stream deck, I think. Oh, my computer's slow. Not surprised. Or my internet's slow, unsurprisingly. Where do I see this? Aha, here we go. Do you guys remember, while I'm looking at this, I'm not looking at chat, by the way. If there's any super chats, I'm sorry. I'll see them in a sec. Do you guys remember when I accidentally had a stream going on? Like I just had a like something about how YouTube did streaming. Like I accidentally just kind of had a stream going on with nothing happening on it for like days at a time. I didn't know how to turn it off. It was just silly. I don't know where I'd see where all the super chats are. I feel like there's gotta be a way, right? Oh well. Well, how is Butch Hartman's thing over yet? Let's see how he's doing. There's no stretch goals, so I don't know why people donated over the thing, but all right.
Chris Tang said, thanks, had fun, gotta go. Shout out for you, Michigan.
All right.
That was the $10 one.
I think I read that, but thank you. And then Chris Tang donated another $2. Thank you. Go to sleep. Stop donating. Goodness. Oaxis Entertainment by Butch Hartman. $267,000. Oh
wow.
My goodness.
Well, it actually went down then.
Like, really? Really?
Not that much.
Oh, could you imagine? I don't stand for this. I think this would be kind of awful, but just imagine that people like trolls donated like 20,000 to put it over, and then when it gets audited, it's just not there.
Well, I was watching a guy stream. There was a point where it just dropped a bunch for no reason.
Interesting.
But then it came back up for some reason. So
weird. Analytics. Let's see. I have 500 concurrent viewers. Oh my goodness. Chat rate is 22. 4,034 playbacks on this live stream. Wow. Thank you guys.
Oh, someone wants my opinion on Craig of the Creek. All right.
Oh.
Craig of the Creek is a nice throwback to Kids Next Door for me. It's like, what if Kids Next Door was more realistic? That's how I imagine the show. That's how I think of it. It's pretty nice. It's chill. That's all I can say about it.
I feel so after watching Steven Universe, like so much, in the week with the new episodes and everything, and Craig of the Creek promos where Craig interacts with the Cartoon Network logo, which at first I'm like, this is an adorable throwback to old Cartoon Network, and towards the end of the Reunited week, I was like, dear goodness, just leave the logo alone, Craig. Because they air those a lot. Also, that obnoxious goldfish commercial where they're doing selfies and fish faces. Anyway, I saw the first episode. I decided to take a peek, or I don't know if it's the first episode, the episode with the trampoline. It was cute. It was really cute. It's not necessarily really kind of my cup of tea now, but it definitely looks like a show with a lot of potential. It kind of looks like, and I hate to say this, but like a more interesting, more funny version of Clarence.
I will say it is a better written version of Clarence.
Hmm.
I do like the older kids, like the high schoolers that've been there forever. They're amazing. I hope they do more with them.
I don't think they were in the episode I watched.
You need to watch that episode because their small part is worth it for me.
Okay.
I'll have to figure out what episode it is, but I know Shadow Streak reviewed it, I believe.
Ooh. Shadow Streak's a cool guy. I was talking with him today about possibly doing something else in the future because the Powerpuff Girls videos we did really well. People really liked them. I love
those were really nice.
I love talking about the Powerpuff Girls. Last time I did it though, last time I tried to talk about like the original show, didn't really get much views. There wasn't much interest. I mean, if anything, I will say the reboot definitely did spark up some interest in the original show, which is like the only good thing it did. I don't know. Maybe it also got some people, some girls into coding too, which is also a very good thing. But
oh yes.
I was talking about this with Shadow off, or maybe we mentioned it on the video we did, but just the Powerpuff Girls reboot was used in so many different ways to try to be so many different messages for Cartoon Network. And I mean, the coding one, like I kind of think it's kind of cynical because of course it's like a network just trying to get promotion for their show and whatever, but it had a good outcome, hopefully. But like the most ridiculous one was the fashion show before the Powerpuff Girls began with Powerpuff Girls inspired items that you could buy for like $4,000. Like it just seemed like the most ridiculous thing in the world. Let's see. There's an Arabic webtoon cartoon I'd love for you to review called Screws. Some episodes have English captions talk about Saudi society. Where should I send you the link? You could tweet it at me if you have a Twitter. I'll write it down. I probably won't review it because I tend to, because I don't show footage, I pretty much have to review things that are mostly in the public consciousness. It's kind of hard to review something that is kind of like outside of the general scope. That's why I do tend to stick to kind of some mainstream stuff. But I will definitely take a look at it. And if I can remember, I'll let you know what I think.
Someone's wondering who our favorite YouTubers are.
I should have a good answer for this. Oh, okay. Here's an unusual one. Captain Disillusion. Have you ever seen him, Drew?
Maybe. I see a lot of random people in the cartoon community and whatnot. He's just everywhere.
Mm-hmm. He debunks viral videos in both amazing special effects. He has a wonderful philosophy on content, on life, on everything. I wish I got a chance to speak to him because he's a really, really cool guy from everything I can tell. Really smart, really funny, makes fantastic content. And for a while, he wasn't really recognized that much, but recently his views have just shot up. And Captain Disillusion, like nothing to do with my channel whatsoever, but if you kind of like my personality and like my worldview, I guess, or whatever, Captain Disillusion is like, you will fall in love with that guy. Am I talking about Daft Pinna? How did you know I watched Daft Pinna? What is this? Did I comment on one of his videos? Did you see that I have his tab open? Can you see this? What is going on? Sorry.
I guess for me, one YouTuber I like, he has like brown hair. He's like a white guy. He talks about SpongeBob and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Alpha J?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's his name. He wears like a panda costume to hide his identity from everyone.
Absolutely.
He's on the Pizza Party podcast.
You're talking about Enter, right?
No, I was talking about you, but whatever.
Thank you. I've never been on the Pizza Party podcast. Thank you.
You should try to get on there.
I don't really think I want to.
Yeah, I don't even think they like you much,
no,
probably.
I don't think they do.
At least from what I heard from the past.
I'd rather support this than Oasis. Love your videos. Thank you very much. 3 Alloway 1423. Do I watch some Call Me Johnny, SGB, or BSC? I watched some Call Me Johnny. I don't recognize the other acronyms, but I might watch them. YouTube's a big place.
I don't know.
Oh,
Like I said, there's so many people that you'll run into. Like I ran into a guy who literally used the same persona I used. They used a Joker icon. They also talked about Yu-Gi-Oh! Now we're planning a collab just so we can say there's 2 Jokers in the title.
That's funny. As far as like the Pizza Party podcast, like here's the thing. I'm never gonna ask to be on it. I'm just not going to. But if they ask me, I may or may not. And they probably won't ask me, but I don't know. I'd have to, it just kind of depends. And this isn't like an ego thing. It's more just like, I just don't know really how I feel about that. Hi guy, where's that Saber Spark collab? I didn't hear back from him. Not to like put him in the spotlight or anything, but I don't think he saw my email. So I don't know. I might end up talking with him or trying, but yeah. And just on Pan Pizza, just before anyone gets the wrong idea, I don't really watch his videos, but I have a huge amount of respect. Like, just the dude knows how to make very entertaining videos. He knows how to make things that are very visually stunning. And he has a very unique sense of humor. So, yeah. Let's see. I know you are cool guys, but Butch is cool too. Maybe Oaxis is not for you, and it's okay if it isn't, but it probably wouldn't be okay if a really good idea got thrown out due to underfunding. I mean, look, I'm not going to go into like the whole rundown here again. There's the other live stream that kind of went into a ton of things. There's, you know, the other videos I did about it, and it's just, Butch seems like such a nice guy. Is what's kind of scary about all of this. You know, if Butch Hartman looked like Dan Schneider, I'm just gonna throw this out there. Yeah, that the OXs would not be fun. Oh God, now I'm just imagining like, oh no, I don't even want to say it because this chat's gonna go nuts. But yeah, if Dan Schneider made a Kickstarter right now, what would it be like? I guess he'd really put the kick in Kickstarter. All right, that's the one joke you get out of me.
I don't know about him because there's a good possibility he'll just put in bad lighting. Like he may have fetishes, but at the same time, it could just be the way he's being portrayed. Kind of like how Mr. Error's being portrayed sometimes as a bad person.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about Dan Schneider. Oh, goodness.
I don't either.
Has the Odd Ones Out asked you for a collab? No. I mean, that'd be really cool, but I mean, he's a really popular guy. Maybe Pie Guy could make his own podcast? Dude, I want to, but like, I don't know. Is there a point in making my own podcast when I have kind of regular discussions with random people anyway? It's just kind of hard to find someone that's willing to commit to like a podcast every week is the real thing. But I would totally be down for a podcast like 2.0. Kawaii Potato, super random, but I saw your comment on a Mumpky Jones video. Are you a fan? No, actually, I'm not. I don't really like Mumpky. I don't really think he's... Oh, no, I'm going to get myself in trouble here. I don't really think he's funny. I don't really like his approach to dealing with, like, just really serious topics and just kind of the way he does. I don't know. I think he's totally allowed to make the jokes and to do whatever he wants to do. I just personally don't really like it. I used to like Stupid Mario Brothers, and no one else has ever made a retrospective on it, so I watched that one. But I've seen some of his other videos. It's really not my thing.
I will say the one video that I think he tackled right was his Yu-Gi-Oh video. They actually put it in a good tone. But that's the only one I can say that he actually did right. That was really good.
I guess like it's just one of those things where there's kind of a lot of YouTubers that are edgy tuber thing, and I just feel like it's unsustainable. You know, I think the guy's got some really interesting ideas, and I don't wish any ill will on him, but it's just really not my cup of tea. Before anyone gets the wrong idea, a while ago I joked about PewDiePie being a cult of personality. I don't think he is. That was I was just throwing out a random person's name, and I didn't really get to finish my joke because Saul was saying something. I don't have anything against PewDiePie. I don't really know much about PewDiePie. I know he exists, but like, yeah. Would you rather Tashmatash 19 or a good PPG reboot? I don't know what the first thing is, so I'm gonna go ahead and say a good Powerpuff Girls reboot. He has collaborated with both those YouTubers. Stupid Mario Brothers. Oh man, what a shame. He seems like an honest, nice guy, but like, dude just didn't know when to say when. Will I be doing a TV log on the Phineas and Ferb Milo Murphy's Law crossover whenever it airs? If I can remember, yeah. I actually should catch up with Milo Murphy's Law. It's been a while. So, do I watch Digibro or any other procrastinators? I'm sure I've seen some of Digibro's videos, but not regularly. And the procrastinators sounds familiar, but I don't really know who you're talking about. Uh-oh, I'm a robot again. Man, I really need to get better internet. I've never seen it. If you have to link Butch to any one of the characters on a show, who would it be? Think about it.
I have one.
Okay.
Dr. Rip Studwell, the guy with abs who looks like Butch Hartman's icon.
I'm gonna say that Butch Hartman is either Timmy's dad, either he's that level of clueless. I'm sorry. Or he is. I'm trying to even remember characters on that show. I don't want to say Crocker. What were some of the other villains? I don't know. He's Darth Laser. I don't know why. No reason.
Vicky, Foop.
Vicky's actually a decent comparison because don't remind me of Foop. It's been years since I've thought of Stewie.
But I thought he was a Stewie ripoff, which is why Sora liked him.
I mean, he's a better character than Poof. I'll give him that. But he is like Vicky.
He's the opposite of Poof, so he has to be a better character. The rules of Butch Hartman's logic. When it's something, it must be the opposite.
Just in that, at least earlier in the series, Vicky seemed to be pretty charming when she wanted to be. Whereas it seems like Butch is like that most of the time, and then maybe not so nice otherwise. Or he's like Timmy's dad and completely clueless. I don't know, but that's a good question.
Well, Vicky is a manipulator.
Oil money spent well. SpongeBob versus Ed, and Eddie. In terms of like whole series versus whole series, 100% Ed, and Eddie. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. In terms of like the best versus the best, probably SpongeBob. Do I want to know what oil money is? Do I play Minecraft? I used to. From time to time, I'll pop on and play like a I don't know, a Skyblock modded pack or something, but not so much anymore. But I used to be very into Minecraft. My cat is like chewing at nothing right now. I think she's probably trying to like indicate to me that she's hungry. So Drew, if you wouldn't mind holding down the fort for like 5 minutes while I feed my cat at like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. I'll be right back, guys.
Sure. I shall entertain you all. So you can ask me questions now. Defend enter. Okay. That's not too hard for me to actually do. Because the thing is I have, again, basically a disability similar to his. So I understand where he's actually coming from and the way that he acts and whatnot. And it's understandable where he comes from. Alpha J, I'm falling asleep. I understand where you're coming from. Don't worry, I'm still awake. Favorite pizza topping? I would say cheese. Everyone loves cheese. Do I play Shadow of Mordor 2? No, but I wish I would. Am I the real Joker? Sure, I'm the real Joker.
You're more...
Am I the Andrew? No.
You're more of a Joker than Jared Leto.
Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon? Cartoon Network. Am I a cartoon reviewer? I'm about to be now, apparently.
Emmy Joy, what's the last movie? Well, I guess these are questions for you, so never mind. I won't answer.
You can read them if you want to.
Sneaking into the stream. You want to be on here, Alpha J? Do you really want to be on here? You want to? Okay. All right. Let's get Alpha J.
I would want to talk to him. Sure. This is going to be great.
Let's get Butch Hartman in here, too.
Get Butch.
Dude, okay, like, I want to do one day, after all this, after all the connections I've made recently, I want to do a live stream where it's just literally just as many people from like the cartoon community as I could just fit in one like Google Hangout or I don't know, or Discord server or just like something, just doing a live stream with just complete chaos. Actually, Alpha, how?
I would say Discord's more stable.
Alpha, I'm gonna tweet you the Google Hangout link. How about that? Or I'll private tweet it to you.
Don't
That's what I meant.
publicly.
DM.
Even I know not to do that.
Oh goodness. Let's see. Add people.
Don't you mean add pandas? Because I don't see that option.
We could all play Minecraft. I'm sorry for the boring screen too, you guys. Like if I want to set up something nice visually. But like I don't really want to do screen share because I'm afraid it'll like, I don't know, like Google's targeted ads will like, I don't know, like show a picture of my home and be like, is this your home? Like, do you want new siding for your home, which looks exactly like this? Yeah. Joke's on you.
You could use Opera, which has a built-in VPN.
True. I know. But that also requires planning, which I have not done. Mr. Self-Destruct. Here you go, my friend. Should you imagine? I just tweet out the Google Hangout, just some random.
I feel like that would be understandable if you're so tired. It's like, oh no, what have I done?
Have I ever milked a camel or caught a sheep before? Is this like an Ed and Eddie reference or no, actually I have not. I'm not I don't know if this is evident by my physique, but I'm not like, you know, like a I don't want to say I'm not like a worker because that kind of sounds weird, but I'm not someone who really works like with my hands. What am I trying to say here? Don't
you edit videos?
I don't get out much.
Use your hands.
I don't get out much. I don't do things that require like any amount of strength, I guess.
I can relate to that.
Come on, Alpha, get in here. It took you a long time to answer that question, Pi. What question?
Oh, someone has a question for our opinion on Starco being canon.
My opinion is I've seen like 2 episodes of Star versus the Forces of Evil, but I know who that. I understood that. So
I will say with Star versus, I need to catch up on it because I'm not that far in.
Let's see. What is Trayfon saying on Twitter? 302 new notifications. Well, he didn't say that. I said that. But he said something. Met some people who work for places like Nickelodeon. They're like Butch, total starfish. They also talk crap about me for asking questions about animation because I was interested in it. Maybe give up on my dreams of working there. Oh, this isn't Trayfon speaking. This is Trayfon relaying from Olivia Snyder. Okay. Did I do the chocolate with nuts picture myself? I can't remember. It was either me or Erin. I cannot remember. But that one was done separate to like the season 1 revamps. That was done a while ago because I was going to review chocolate with nuts and then I couldn't find anything to say about it. It's just like a good, like, you know, what else do you say? I'm sure you could make a review of it. I'm not saying you can't. It's just I was like, you know what? I'll do a Krusty Krab training video because that's like there's a lot more to say about that.
Hello, am I here?
Yes.
All right, I haven't used Hangouts in a long time, so
I haven't.
Pretty new to me.
I haven't in a while either, but I mean, it does work out really well for like live streaming on YouTube if you want to do it quick and dirty.
Let me know if the background noise is too much.
I don't think it's too much. You can definitely hear it though.
Yeah, the last time I used Hangouts, okay, I used to use it 2 years ago. It was back when I first started to live stream, and I remember this. I turned on screen share because I was playing a game, and the entire thing crashed. And this was back when I had my laptop. When it came back on, for a brief moment, the camera turned on, and for the 8 people who were there, they saw my face. For this, I don't have a webcam, so that's not gonna happen again. But yeah. I stopped using Hangouts after that.
Is this like next time on Cartoon Conspiracy? Will I team up with Enter for the Kid Danger review? Probably not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that review is already being written. So
I haven't seen Kid Danger. I don't really know where to classify, like, if I should ever talk about Kid Danger or what, but is it an actual show, or is it like supposed to be some sort of like shorts or something?
it's an actual show. It's going to go on for just one season because of the whole Dan Snyder thing.
Hmm.
It doesn't really follow too much from Henry Danger from what I've seen.
Huh.
I've seen quite a few episodes. It actually reminds me a lot of Johnny Test, the way that it has this sort of we're gonna do a whole bunch of comedic stuff that kind of it's a little low effort, but it doesn't have that charm that Johnny Test had, at least the first few seasons.
Mm-hmm. Also, hi Alpha. I don't think I said hi.
Oh hey.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I heard about the Eye of Saul stream on Twitter, and I was gonna check it out. I was definitely gonna check it out, considering that Butch actually made the goal.
Yeah,
I was not expecting that.
You congratulated him. I wasn't really sure what what you were thinking about the whole thing.
Okay, so I did notice a lot of people on my feed were really going after him, and to Drew's point, even in my server, like people, there was a point, and this was the point where I said, you know what, I'm not going to talk about it anymore. There were actual people in my server who, when he started to post his stream on Twitch, they were planning to pretty much hassle him and harass him on the stream. And when I saw that, and I saw how some people in the community reacted to him, it kind of made me not want to talk about it too much anymore. But I may talk about it now, considering that he actually made the goal.
Mm-hmm. And also, I think I think through like the latest events, a lot of people that would watch your videos are going to be pretty open and understanding if you have some not great things to say about the situation. From what
I
I've
hope
seen.
so.
And I mean, yeah, I don't I wasn't saying that to like call you out, because I do kind of share the sentiment that, like, you know, hey, he reached his goal. I have a lot of things to say about that, but like, the man deserves to celebrate. The man deserves his own space to do whatever. I don't think it's right to harass him. I think it's right to ask him the questions that should be asked. But right now, he's celebrating. The thing, it's pretty much done. You know, there's not anything to really be gained from it. So yeah, don't, like, you know, let's be cool about this. Let's
Yeah, you know, like at the end of the day, it's just a Kickstarter. It's just a campaign, you know, like if you want to use that as like a stepping stone to talk about him, that's one thing, but that's not my goal. Not you personally, but like other people I've seen. I actually enjoyed your videos on it. I thought that it was very well done.
Thank you. What do I think about finally getting a theater in your country and finally having Women Drive just like it? I don't know if this is like a troll or really how to respond to this, but thanks, I guess. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. It's just, I like, at the end of the day, it is just a Kickstarter. Like, I'm not trying to pretend that it's the end of the world, but I do think that there are things that need to be said and things that need to be known. And I wish, I don't know, I guess just, I don't know. I wish people paid more attention to this before it's like over, because
yeah, of course,
I don't want people to lose their money. And because of the way Butch set this whole thing up, it is kind of setting people up to lose their money, because if if he delivers in the most basic of ways, he doesn't deliver a ton of content, maybe he makes his streaming service like $30 a month or does something ridiculous, and no one that backed him has a right to see it for free. None of that was any of the rewards. You know, if you paid $10,000 to get this service activated, and he doesn't even give you, or he makes it like a ridiculous price or something like that, you lost your money.
Yep, absolutely.
And, you know, hey, people have a right to spend their money on whatever. And if you know, at a certain point, responsibility falls on you. But because of the way Butch has been acting, it is just so highly manipulative. And when people are manipulative like that, when people tell you to have faith, have trust, believe in them, and then you donate and then get ripped off, I don't know. It's just like preying on the vulnerable that I just really don't like. Also, are you still here, Drew? Oh, I don't know if he's still here.
I don't see him in the hangout.
Oh. I've never seen Drew and Alpha J in the same place at the same time. It was getting late.
Yeah,
so maybe...
and Drew has that black and white sort of mask. But no, I think there should be a healthy case of skepticism because Butch Hartman has been appealing more to people's emotions than actual logic, reason, and points. And for people who, and from stuff like money, you know, stuff that is it's not abundant. It's a very scarce commodity. You need logic. You need reasons to back up what you're about to spend. What for his perks anyway are very, very expensive. So I definitely see that. I do think that there should be skepticism there. I think for me, the reason why I've just been so about it is because, like I said, people have been using it as a stepping stone to talk about other things. Like I was gonna do a video with Shadow. We were gonna laugh at Hartman's Twitter, you know, all the wacky stuff he says on there. But it was gonna be laughing at it. It wasn't gonna be, you know, like anything truly angry. Because I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, his Twitter is just memes, motivation, and it's pretty funny to laugh at. But I feel like some people are truly bothered by the way that he operates, whether it's on Twitter or on YouTube or stuff like that.
Bones, I did see Turkey Tom's video on Enter, and I was kind of mentioning it a bit. I don't really feel like making like a full response or anything. The dude's like totally entitled to his opinion about me. Like he can think my content is boring, and it doesn't really bother me at all.
I also saw the video.
Yeah. And I like totally own up to the fact that my videos are not always the most visually interesting thing. I plan them more like audio for playing games while listening and all that sort of stuff. But whatever, like he has a right to judge it. What got me about that is just more of the, I say jokes, but jokes in just huge quotation marks, about like Enter being autistic and just stuff like that. Like there are so many criticisms about Mr. Enter that I think are like on the money, or at least are like subjective. But to just kind of go after him like that, whether it's for whether he's joking, whether it's a part of his legit criticisms or whatever, I think that's just really scummy, and it doesn't invalidate like the other things that he says. But like, you know, it's just, I don't know. I think that's kind of awful. That was my main takeaway.
Yeah, I actually talked to him about the video. And I told him that I feel like the point that he was trying to make became very muddy because his point was about the Kickstarter itself. So I found it kind of weird that he ended up praising someone who made a negative video on him and also sort of bashed the way that you took the Kickstarter. Like, I don't think those things, yes, they are related, but it kind of comes across as a red herring in a lot of instances. And it doesn't really help to the point that he was making.
And I can't really like speak to this or anything because just like a lot of the stuff he says about my Kickstarter video is kind of like reading into it a lot. And I can't like, look, you know what? You can read into it. I can tell you all day and night that like I'm not here to hold Enter's hand, and I'm like Enter didn't approach me. Nothing weird happened. I just made the video because I already made the Butch video, and I'm like, oh, another thing, like people like the Butch video.
Yeah, you made a poll.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to compare it. Right? So like there wasn't any ill intent and whatever. But you know, I mean, hey, whether you believe me or not is up to you. But it just kind of was interesting that he went on for a while. And mind you, I was trying to keep tabs on like all the stuff that was going on with Butch and setting up for the stream and like all this stuff so I watched the video on ×2 speed. So I fully admit that I didn't get like the full experience of the video, but just kind of like he had a lot of weird theories about me and Enter and just, I don't know, man. But I mean, hey,
yeah, that seems to be a common theme that people think that you and Enter still talk because of the collabs you guys did literally 2 years ago.
We did one collab, and I say one because it was we worked on both at the same time. Like technically 2 videos, but it was across like I think a week, 3 or 4 days. So that was pretty much the only time I spoke to him, and there wasn't any falling out or anything. It's just sometimes you work with people, then you don't. Like I don't know why people need to think. And was I a little bit softer on Enter? Yes, I will say yes. And most of it is just because I don't think that anything he did is anywhere near harmful, because if his goal doesn't reach, the money goes back. That is the ultimate thing. No one can be hurt by this unless he reaches his goal and can't fulfill it. But honestly, I think if he got that amount of money, I don't think there's a way he could have not delivered something. Personally,
I also did an interview with him, and I thought that I was pretty firm with the questions that I had. I did come under fire because I'm associating myself with him, but you know, at this point, I just kind of feel like, kind of like what you were talking about earlier in the stream, just like talking about him, how it's a little, it has a certain feel. I honestly don't care anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, same. Also, thank you, Jamie. Screw Butch without the nostalgic glasses, but were his cartoons really that good? I do think that early Fairly Odd Parents was, and Danny Phantom was, but we're talking about a combined maybe like 5 seasons over like, you know, what, 20 seasons that he's done overall. Like it's, yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. If anyone has ever wondered why I kind of kept my mouth shut a lot on Enter, it wasn't because like Enter was paying me or I was afraid to say anything because of Enter. It was just because like anytime you open your mouth about Mr. Enter, and this is calmed down, which is why I'm finally able to say it. It's just people go nuts. The people that hate him, the people that love him, people go nuts. I don't understand. I really don't. There is just something enigmatic about him that makes people flock to him, which is, I mean, it's a good thing. It's a good thing in some ways, but in other ways, it's like, I don't know. I don't know how to interact with some of these people because it's just scary and weird. I don't know.
I'm glad you mentioned that 2 fields thing because I honestly do think that the community is split. Like it's either you like the guy or you don't.
Yeah. And I watched his content for like a little bit and I haven't watched his content. Like, I don't know how he's doing. I don't know why, you know, people are like, well, why don't you call him out on this, and this? And like, before doing like the Channel Awesome and the Butch Hartman videos, I didn't really do like call outs or anything like that. Yeah. I just didn't do that. Why would people expect me to do that? Like, just because I review cartoons, I need to review a cartoon reviewer.
I think the only person you talked about, and it wasn't really a call out until it was Nostalgia Critic.
Yeah,
because I remember you made a web before the Channel Awesome and Two-Face video. You made a web vlog talking about his style changing. I remember that. That was the only video I believe you talked about another person on the platform.
Yeah, I did one about Anita Sarkeesian a while ago. But we're talking once a year, if that, and it's because I felt personally like I was. Approached me saying like, hey, review Mr. Enter or whatever. It's like I didn't speak about him because it's just like why I don't, and like of all people I did work with him, and so I do feel like maybe I wouldn't be impartial or whatever, like just because I worked with him, I spoke with him before, yeah, so I would rather not say anything about him. And others say there's tons of videos that criticize him if you want that, and you know, just
definitely fine.
Huh?
I said those videos are definitely in supply.
yeah. So yeah, I mean that's just kind of, and I'd calm down quite a bit. Yeah.
You know what I think? I think it's just I don't know what the word would be. I guess it's sort of the magic of, hey, what do you think of of X reviewer? And I remember when I was growing, with the people that I've talked to, I've always made it a thing to sort of always keep in contact, at least with the people that I'm already friends with, because and I forgot who I was talking about this with, but there was a point in time when a lot of the reviewers kind of stuck to themselves, which is completely okay. And it kind of led to like, well, if everyone's just going to stick to themselves, well, then what do you think of X? That doesn't necessarily come up with me. Like when I do live streams, I don't think anyone ever asks about like, what do I think of anyone? But I can definitely see why with you, because, and I was going to ask, I noticed that you've been a lot more social with people in the community very recently.
Yep.
What led to that? With just more time on your hands or something?
Yeah, part of it was that, and a part of it is just that there is now more of a community. Like it's like you said, like a few years ago, it really didn't feel like there was one. It felt like there was just kind of people that made these videos, and occasionally they crossed. Like that's the thing. Enter was, to my knowledge, I believe my like second crossover behind Wiley, who was ironically here tonight. I don't know if he's still here, but he was in the stream. But but Enter was the first one that with like a pretty heavy following that I had crossed over with, as far as I remember. So there wasn't really like much of a standard for this thing in terms of me, like in terms of me working with other people. Now, generally speaking, and it's fun. Like if I'm like, okay, let's do a collab. I'm like, here's a Google Doc. I'm sending it over. Make notes. I'll make notes too. We'll do a discussion, and that'll be that. I generally don't really like to do like scripted back and forth reviews. I kind of find it hokey, honestly. And I kind of just have someone to bounce off of than try to like sculpt something with them. It's just personally. But yeah, no, it's great. I've just I have had more time recently, and I have, I've just kind of been like, why not? Why not get multiple different perspectives? It's easier to make videos like that than to do scripted stuff. Not that I don't like doing scripted stuff. It's just, yeah, it's easier. It's fun. That's it.
What Nicktoon do you wish should have lasted longer but was treated badly by the network?
LT Gray. LT Gray. Sorry.
Harvey Beaks, I guess.
LT Gray. Definitely LT Gray. That show had a cool concept, cool everything. It just came out in that time when Nick didn't want to stick to anything.
Definitely. I didn't know LT Gray had a romance arc or a couples arc.
Did it?
Because I was going back. Yeah, I was going back. And apparently there's this sort of, well, I don't want to spoil the last episode, but there's definitely a relationship arc between Manny and a few others.
Interesting. Yeah, the show was so like some of the character dynamics, like how his mom, trying to even remember, his mom like was afraid. She was afraid of heroes, but she was also a really competent one when she had certain gear or something. I don't know. It's a cool show, and I think it got what 1-2 seasons.
Okay, so apparently it's 1, but some sources say 2 because it was split in half. So I'm not too sure.
Who's better, Butch Hartman or Super Minecraft Kid? Is Super Minecraft Kid the one that goes, I play Pokemon Go every day?
I'm totally out of it when it comes to YouTubers like that.
I'll say Super Minecraft Kid just for the lulz. Avatar: The Last Airbender is the best animated depiction of Asian culture, IMO. I don't know if I'd say it's the best. I feel like maybe, people in Asia might do a better job. But in terms of like from a Western perspective, for some, and I know they got a lot of people, in the culture to work on it. But yeah, from a Western perspective, it is probably the best, most respectful anyway.
Why are they making Ice Age movies? Because they're in demand and people are willing to pay money to see them.
They're making another Ice Age movie?
I have no idea. that's just my answer to every question like that.
They're in demand.
They're in demand and people will pay money to see it. Why are they making a new iPhone? Because they're in demand and people will pay money to get it.
Dude, so in the was it the Butch video? No, it was the Rugrats video. I looked at, because I did a Rugrats video, and I looked at the numbers for like the Alvin and the Chipmunks movies, and like I had always known there were successful movies financially, but holy cow, it's like billions of dollars in profit. Like no joke, it's up there. It's like the movies are made on like a 0.8 mil budget, and then like they just do gangbusters internationally and locally. Like, oh my goodness, and all of them, even the fourth one. Like you think when you get to the fourth one, like even the people that are fans. Or was
that the third one?
Dude, I don't know. I mean, I have not seen any of the. No, that's not true. I caught like 10 minutes of one because it aired before Steven Universe for some reason.
Oh wait, was that one? Is that the episode that everyone is talking about with the wedding? Like they aired a movie before that?
Yes. Every other time it was OKKO, which makes sense for, okay, they're both kind of in the same vein. Ian worked on Steven Universe. Like, okay, why air a Chipmunks movie before? Is this like...
they did that with the regular show finale. They aired Shrek, and then they aired the regular show finale, and then that's all. That's it. No more regular show. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that was me with Ben 10. I didn't think that Ben 10 was as successful as it is. I didn't know it was just a beast in merch, and that's why they just keep rebooting it over and over again.
Yeah,
Because I didn't follow it.
I stopped after the first one. I mean, it's just it's so weird though, because you would think that they could theoretically do that with any show that's like good on merch, but I guess it is just like, you got 10 aliens, you gotta get them all, kids. You got there's an 11th one now. He's called Ben 10. He's got 11 aliens. Get rollerball stores now.
That's what I thought Mighty Magiswords was going to be. I thought Mighty Magiswords was going to do really good in merch because it has this idea similar to Pokemon, where you can collect a ton of different swords. I thought Mighty Magiswords was going to be huge, but same with OKKO. I thought OKKO is quote huge, but I thought like if you do something like POW cards, like in physical form, I don't know. I just feel like there's different ways that Cartoon Network can, do merch without it seeming so just slap a logo on a t-shirty.
Well, I mean, that's what's great about what the merch they have done for Steven Universe. They've done some pretty cool things with. Like the pop figures actually look good, surprisingly. Sorry if you're into pop figures. The t-shirts they did for Reunited are like, they're not just like stills from the episode or like anything like that. They're like really cool. I mean, they leaked the information, but they're cool. Yeah, Mighty Magiswords. I have no idea what Mighty Magiswords was, because it was a series of shorts, and then it was a show that was like literally like someone pressed the YouTube button where you can watch something on 1.25 speed.
Yeah.
And then it was gone, or is it?
Yep.
Like
they did the exact same thing for Mighty Magiswords that they did for Unikitty. Just around December, for some odd reason, like they just pushed a show heavily into January. They push it heavily, and then they just forget about it. Same way that Unikitty is buried now, Mighty Magiswords was buried. Mighty Magiswords had an app where you can collect swords. It's gone now. And that's why I was worried about Unikitty, because it was like, I see where this is going, which is what, and I'm even worried about Summer Camp Island, because there was a time, okay, I was editing the video I put out today, and I remember in the background on TV, like all the time, they just kept airing Summer Camp Island. It got to the point where I was just annoyed hearing a theme song. Now I barely see it on. I don't understand the practice.
As far as I understand, they aired all 20 episodes at once.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I think the only thing that I can think of is just that like Cartoon Network is really struggling to keep up with streaming. We know this.
Yeah.
And their solution to this is just to throw any strategy at the wall. Like, try the Netflix style of releasing everything all at once. Try the style of having something.
I was gonna bring that up too.
Yeah. It doesn't seem to have any cohesion. Like, Steven Universe has the Steven bombs. Summer Camp Island threw it all up. Mighty Magisword aired and then it was over. Like, as soon as they're done airing a long time running series like regular show that helped save the network,
yep,
no more.
See, the issue I have with that, because I was thinking, are they trying to do that with the whole Netflix thing? The issue with that is that Netflix is a on-demand service, so they can dump a lot of episodes onto their platform because you are watching them on demand. You are personally going out of your way to watch the show. The difference with that and Cartoon Network is that if I have it on TV, I do not choose what's on the programming directly anyway. So it actually comes off more annoying than anything. With Netflix, perfectly fine, because I'm picking to watch it. Cartoon Network, annoying, because I'm just sitting around waiting for any other show to pop up.
Yep. It's so obvious watching Pie Guy's videos when he brings up Ben 10, he knows nothing about it. I watched the first series pretty adamantly. I watched a little bit of the second series, but not much. No, I haven't seen it in a while, but I know that the ball alien's called Cannonbolt. I was just making a joke. I could probably name all the aliens. Gray Matter, Upgrade. Yeah, all 11. And I think he got 2 more towards the end of the series, but Cannonbolt and Ghost Freak left, which is why technically Cannonbolt got to be the 10th. Ghost Freak, Cannonbolt, Gray Matter, Upgrade, that's 4. This is so stupid. I'm sorry I'm doing this, but Heat Blast. Oh, was it Heat Blast? Uh-oh.
Heat Blast.
Swamp Thing?
Stinkfly?
Stinkfly. Yep, Stinkfly. Or no,
Diamond Head?
Diamond Head. It's like 7. All right, fine. Some aliens didn't get you. There's Forearms. Okay.
Forearms.
Yep. Not all the
The
aliens.
only reason I remember
much.
Forearms and Heat Blast is because of a Cartoon Network app, the soccer game.
Mm.
That's the only reason.
Have you seen Digby the Goat's Just a Robot's video on Mr. Enter's Indiegogo? Yes, and I don't understand. Just a Robot, I'm not really like a fan, but every so often I'll catch one of his videos, and he usually makes some good points. He's kind of, how do I want to put this? He's, I guess, like a robot in that he's kind of like strict in what he like thinks is good and isn't. Like he's not always the best at kind of, I don't know. I don't always agree with him, I guess, and he's not always the best at explaining himself. But yeah, I was very surprised at how bad that video was because it was just kind of like okay, critiquing growing around. There's plenty of things to just make fun of about it. I'm sorry, there is. But like just the things they say about Enter himself, and it's just like you're not so high and mighty yourselves. I mean, like I don't understand, and I'm not trying to be like, you know, but just they say such petty things, and they bring up such ad hominems and attack him. I don't even really remember much, but just I don't know. I watched like a minute of their video, and I'm just like, okay, well, they went in hating Enter. They're not going to give him any credit for anything at all, and they're just going to try to take pot shots. That's what it seemed like to me. Did you see the video?
I was linked to it because I was mentioned in it, and I know a lot of people have been wondering what I have to say to that, and all I have to say is it comes with defending Enter. I mean, literally, I was thinking about like different ways to respond to it because like it's been brought up to me multiple times, and honestly, that Digby the Goat guy, he's never really talked to me. I've never seen him talk about people in the community. He just seems like kind of like Turkey Tom, one of those people who just criticizes people. So, you know, just comes with the profession.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Hang on. Not to interrupt you, but Cartoon Zone, that's what it was. Because I remember having this feeling about the video, but it's late, so I couldn't remember specifically what. They call Enter a pedo. Like, based on nothing. I think his facial hair. Like, and when, I guess they would say it's a joke or something, but it's just like, when you make a video that's, I don't know. When you make videos like that, it doesn't play like jokes unless you're really obvious about them, or like you're obvious that their videos are joke from the start. But when you start making like a lot of like quote unquote legitimate criticisms, and then you throw in something like that, people are gonna get the wrong idea just because
they must have known.
Like, yeah, that's really crummy.
I mean, okay, like the way that I've been seeing it with other reviewers as well, it really doesn't, like, it may, like, emotionally, I don't know, I can't see intent his heart, but like as far as like his channel goes, it really doesn't affect anyone who's already watching him. Like, people who watch him and they are aware of this, they know, like, I watch him, I'm completely aware of his editing quality, what he has done before, and even the fact that this Kickstarter really did seem far-fetched. But like it comes with, like, there's, when you like a certain creator, when you like a certain thing or a franchise or a game, literally anything in media, there's flaws that come with it. And you kind of, and if you like something and you are aware of its flaws, then you shouldn't really be shamed for liking it unless it's something malicious. And liking Mr. Enter isn't malicious as much as a lot of people really try to make it seem.
That's so funny because like you got mentioned in that video, and then I got mentioned in Turkey Tom's video, and both of them were because of Enter. Like, that's the only reason we were brought up. That's just like, that's so bizarre. I don't know. I mean, my thoughts on like videos like that in general, it's just kind of like, yeah, I mean, and with Turkey Tom, I commented, but I didn't really try to like go into detail refuting his points or anything like that. I was just, here's my overall feelings of the video. If anyone's curious, here you go. Like, videos like that are totally okay to exist. Like, I don't have to approve of them. I don't have to, I'm not going to link them. I'm not going to retweet them. I'm not going to give them more exposure, but I'm okay with that existing out there. That's a part of life. You have to accept that sometimes people say and do things that they don't gel with you. You can't always like argue them into removing their video or something like that. Like, that's a lot of people think like worse. That. A lot of people think like that, and that's how we end up with these really inflammatory arguments where it's just like, there you go. You know what, Turkey Tom, you can have your opinion, and that's okay. That's okay.
I remember he made, okay, so how I met Turkey was he actually made a video on the community, and I remember going into his Discord directly and speaking to him because a year ago I used to do that a lot. And I do think that he does hold a lot of, not even just our community, but just YouTube creators in general, in a really high standard when it comes to editing and stuff like that. And I mean, I've spoken to him about this before. There is, and it's not even just him, it's a lot of people in the community who have this sort of elitist mindset when it comes to like video making. And it kind of led me into sort of at a point looking at creators and trying to please them in a way. And this was a year ago. And I kind of made the revelation that it's, although editing is important, it actually doesn't really matter as long as you tell a really great message or story that people walk away with. Because there's actually a lot of people who edit way less than me, possibly even way less than you. But because of the message they tell, people always come back like video after video. So honestly, it doesn't matter in the grand scheme.
I mean, that's why the two things I always go back to when it comes to like my videos is just that, like, you know what? YouTube is whatever you want it to be. Your content can be whatever. And I've decided that my content is mostly audio. That is the content. Like I structure pretty much all my videos, save for maybe the SpongeBob ones. And even then, around you just being able to listen and get pretty much all the information. I try to spice things up. I try to put information in where it's relevant. But, you know, like, that's just the way I make my videos. And some people like it, some people don't, and that's okay. And then the other thing I think is just like, well, if someone like Great A could get as many subscribers as he got with literal stick figures,
yeah, MS Paint.
I mean, like, you know, anything is fair game. It's that's not to say I can't be criticized. That's not to say that everyone has to like my style. I mean, but it's just kind of like, if that's where you're coming from when it comes to critiquing YouTubers, is just specifically like, I don't know, you just kind of go after anything that doesn't fall strictly within your line of what content is, you're going to get kind of like, I don't know, sad real fast when you realize that there's like, you know, on this platform exists everything from binging with Babish to how to basic to the nostalgia critic. Like, there's not a set formula. I one of the things that I don't like is that the nostalgia critic and that whole channel awesome thing created a formula, and part of that is the reason why people think there needs to be formulas. That
overly angry, like overacted sort of critic. I feel like a lot of people really want to do that.
Yep. Like there has to be random references to like Mystery Science 3000. There just has to be. It's like, if you like doing that with your style, that's fine. I'm not hating on that, but it's just like, some people seem to think that that's what you do. You're an internet critic. This is how you act and say and stuff. And yeah, I mean, I the other thing is just like, if you're not crazy about reviews without like clips in them, I hate to tell you, but like the art of reviewing things in text has been around for a very, very long time.
Yeah, game magazines and stuff like that.
Yeah, newspapers. So yeah, if it's not your style, that's okay.
In fact, okay, so when I was starting out, the people who inspired me, like you, like Enter, also people like Cinema Sins, Joseph Buckley, Total Biscuit, those people, like, you guys aren't necessarily like visual heavy, you know? It was more about what you said. And a lot of the people that I watch are people who make long form videos that are very loose. You know, it's not tightly scripted. You know, I mean, there's other people I like JonTron, for example. Those are very scripted. But I knew when I was going to make my channel that I didn't necessarily want to base it around a persona that I knew I would not be able to keep up. And I've really prided myself on making videos as long as they need to be, which is generally longer than other people's videos. And some people like to keep it under 5 minutes. And that was sort of the thing. Everyone is like, you should make short videos because people aren't going to stay around. You know, people aren't going to have the attention span. And now here I am, and generally my average view duration in general is 8 to 10 minutes. And since I make 15-minute videos, that just seems like people enjoy me rambling, even now.
I mean, you think that I thought when I started out that people are gonna watch like a 2-hour long video about SpongeBob? Like, I mean, the every episode series started out, I think, being about 40 minutes long for the first 3, and that seemed like, oh, this is a very, very long time to talk about SpongeBob. And then like the season 6 review is like, I think it's the longest. It's either season 6,
season 7, I believe.
We have one of those, and season 6 and 7 are the two, I think, the two most viewed. Like they're the ones that I like the best personally, of my SpongeBob reviews. And it's just like, oh, you never know what people like, and it's all about. And like I found out, like, hey, I can put timestamps in the description, and then people can, if they want to watch one review, they can watch one review. If they want to remember where they left off and just click that to come back, they can. It's all about finding out what works and finding out new things and ways to stand out. Instead of just doing the formula. It's I don't know. Let's see. Pie Guy and Alpha J. I really want to work in animation when I leave art school, but all this talk worries me about my future with Butch and all those other creators. Look, we're lucky because we exist in a time where you can work in animation for yourself if you wanted to. Unfortunately, there is a lot of crud that goes on in Hollywood and Burbank and all that sphere in the entertainment industry, but there are a lot of studios out there. Not a lot, but there's an okay amount. And you can always work for online. Like if this is something that you're really passionate about and you think you have the chops, find a way to do it. Don't be discouraged by the fact that there are crummy people out there.
Yeah, definitely. The times are changing. I was actually on Nick Animation's Twitter because on their pinned tweet they had jobs available, and I was just looking through. And I actually saw that SpongeBob is hiring for storyboard artists.
Oh my goodness.
There was also a lot for this preschool show. I don't know what the show was about, but SpongeBob one interests me. And like the requirements were just like, just have some experience doing it before, and who knows, maybe you'll be able to apply. Now, I'm not saying this person here, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about being able to provide value to people in a way that no one else can. And I think if you work hard enough, it'll shine through. It's actually easier now than it's ever been to do a lot of what we're doing here.
Yeah. What is my dream? Oh, sorry. I want to answer this one. What is your dream SpongeBob finale? I mean, like my dream finale, it would look probably like Truth or Square, not in any way other than just visually. It would be that kind of level of animation. Although I don't know, actually, I haven't seen Truth or Square in a while, so maybe current like just HD is just as good. But I feel like they put a little extra into that. Anyway, be very nicely animated. It would be 22 minutes and no more than 22 minutes. It would not include Patchy at this point. Maybe a cameo. I give him a cameo. Like he can end the series, like bookend it, and be like, and that's how SpongeBob, whatever. Do that. Have SpongeBob get his license, but that wouldn't be the main focus. Have SpongeBob achieve something. Maybe the Krusty Krab served 1 million customers, or it's just something ridiculous. Oh, I guess they've done their $1 millionth, but I don't know. Make some sort of milestone for the Krusty Krab, and maybe have some sort of meaningful milestone in SpongeBob's life that he's been not just the driving license, the boating license, but just he could talk about it at the beginning of the episode, wanting to achieve this, and he achieves it in the episode. Everyone is happy. You get cameos from all of the like your Larry the Lobsters, Pearls, all that stuff. They get one line, whatever. Maybe even a group shot, like the poster I have sitting behind me, where it's like a bunch of one-off characters would be cool. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't have a particularly like a set story or anything, but I'd want to see something that could show off each of the individual characters in a very nice way. And I think that maybe I don't know, just something that brings all the characters together to do something. Make sure he gets that stinking boating license. And yeah, I don't know. What about you?
The final SpongeBob episode. Well, I definitely think, considering the direction that these recent seasons have been going with, including various different background characters that didn't necessarily have the spotlight between the first movie and second movie. I definitely think there should be a lot of that. I was actually thinking while you were talking about that, maybe having a twist of it sounds so silly, but like Patchy possibly like being behind the whole lore of SpongeBob or something like that. Like maybe because he like the entire time it has shown that they haven't really been in the same place, and it's obviously because of the in joke of Tom Kenny being the voice of SpongeBob and Patchy. But I definitely think there should be like a twist.
Have you seen oh, what is the episode called? And I can't talk about it because it's in season 20. It's in season 20. Feral Friends. Yes.
Yep, I reviewed it. I plan to put it out soon. But yes, I have favorite episode of
that's
post sequel.
I shall say nothing. But
You gotta be careful.
yeah. Oh, hang on. What's this person saying? I read Butch's tweet and he didn't be a jerk and go, no, now go away. He said, no, sorry, I didn't think like that. People are blowing it out of proportion. Are you talking about the clip?
I remember we made a post-it note saying like, be nice.
Yeah, like right after. Yeah. Let me see if I think it's going on Twitter. I mean, honestly, I know this is like weird and stupid, but if you could put the whole cast of SpongeBob, the main, I don't know, the main 7 characters plus maybe like Karen and Mrs. Puff into some sort of scenario. I know I'm basically this is just gonna end up being Danganronpa with SpongeBob characters, but just just a scenario where maybe there's a traitor, right? And all the characters have to discuss and figure out who the traitor is. I don't know, just something where you get all the characters together and interacting, because there's tons of times when the characters get locked in a room or stuck somewhere. I've made fun of that myself, but they don't do it with all the characters there, and they typically focus on just kind of not as interesting things than actual like character interactions, you know? Like they're always sticking to like SpongeBob and Patrick, or SpongeBob and Patrick and Squidward, or SpongeBob, Patrick, Squidward, and Mr. Krabs. You will not see like Sandy, Patrick, and Mr. Krabs stuck in a room together.
Yeah. Okay, that actually reminds me of that Family Guy episode, Brian and Stewie, when they were locked in and their relationship sort of blossomed. Maybe something along the lines of that, like being locked in somewhere and then everyone just. But the thing is, with SpongeBob, it's weird because you can't necessarily go too deep or serious.
No. I mean, it's funny because basically, I mean, here's what you could do. Best day ever, but 22 minutes. So that there's actually like a story to it. I don't know. I mean, like, no, do the Truth or Square video game where SpongeBob gets depressed and the characters have to remind him of the good adventures.
SpongeBob realizes that he's a cartoon. There you go.
Oh God, no! Bye-bye sponges.
Yep.
Goodness. I don't know.
Patchy finally goes underwater. He tells SpongeBob about his show. They watch the show. They give commentary on it. Bam. There you go.
Maybe. I don't know. There's lots of good things you could do with it. I don't know. I don't know that SpongeBob will get a finale. I know that's like weird to say, but Rugrats didn't really get a finale. Rugrats ended and then All Grown Up like existed, but Rugrats didn't get a finale. I feel like maybe SpongeBob will just keep going and going until they deem that the Loud House is better, or like, you know, is more profitable, or they come up with like another Loud House level show and they decide they don't need SpongeBob anymore and they just drop it. I hate to say it, but like,
it's a possibility.
Yeah.
Right now, it's still dominating as far as ratings go. If that's the metric they're using, Loud House is a strong second. Henry Danger was also there, but it's close. It's definitely close. I don't think that we'll be thinking anything about that until the third movie comes out. It'd be really weird to cancel SpongeBob and then, hey, we're doing a movie though.
Like Adventure Time? That movie ain't happening. But yeah, I don't know. There's definitely ideas. But it's SpongeBob is also a kind of tricky show to pitch ideas for, just because You know, ultimately it is down to the execution in a lot of ways. Like with Steven Universe, I feel like I could pitch out a story beat for beat and, you know, you'd get a pretty good idea of what I'm going for. But with SpongeBob, unless you write individual jokes and tell people the jokes, it's kind of hard. Like I've done it before and it's fun. It is fun. But anything on SpongeBob could sound like a stupid idea for SpongeBob or like the best idea for SpongeBob.
Seeing a lot of ideas in the chat.
Have I seen the new Captain Underpants show on Netflix? I started to watch it just really randomly one day. I didn't really plan it, and it didn't really hook me. Have you seen it?
I have not. Mainly because I do not have Netflix. I should get Netflix.
All right.
Pushed.
Super chat for Alpha to get Netflix. No. Oh, goodness. People.
Because I know there's a lot of good animation on Netflix. It's just they keep messing around with the tiers and price.
I saw that. I saw what the step down was, and it's like $7.99 for standard definition one screen. Like, I mean, I guess like if you only watch shows that were in standard definition, that's fine. But like that would just drive me nuts to see like BoJack in 360p.
Yep, that's another show that I need to catch up on.
I mean, honestly, like there's other good animation on Netflix, but that's really the only one that I'm like, bruh, you gotta see.
I think it's the first time you ever said bruh on your channel.
What does that mean? Is there a count? I have a friend who plays Donkey Kong and Smash Bros, and he's always like, bruh, like he boxes me out. And oh man, if you could see like some of our epic, I play Toon Link or Duck Hunt Dog, and he plays Donkey Kong. He hates characters with projectiles, and I love them. And he kicks my butt most of the time. Petition to make Alpha J get Netflix. Oh, this is gonna be the Kickstarter, you guys. The Kickstarter for Alpha. Stretch goal.
I want to. It's
no, I understand. Stretch goal at 2 months. Get it for 2 months. Yeah, 3 months.
The thing is, I feel like people would do it, unironically.
That would be hilarious, though, to do a Kickstarter for literally $12.
$12, or just open up a separate Patreon. As long as there's money in it, I'll keep my Netflix subscription on.
It'll be like a Patreon for your Twitter feed only. Like that's the content. Do you think anyone does that? I mean, I made jokes about Spoonie earlier. Spoonie is definitely doing that. But do you think anyone has ever like intentionally directly been like, this is the content, you guys. My Twitter feed is the content. You stop paying my Patreon.
Oh, man.
The tweets stop, my friends.
You know, I bet there is, because there are actually a lot of people who have content like primarily on Twitter. It's very weird, like comedy, like it's like Vine, but then they moved it over to Twitter. So I definitely think that is, but that's really weird.
Fair enough. Yeah. Also Trayfon is. Oh my God, my quote. I
was
think
gonna ask about that.
What?
Okay, I heard you joined his Discord server, and I didn't hear what happened there. I just heard that it was chaotic.
Oh boy. Okay. So, like when we spoke on Discord, I was only using Discord to hang out with my friends, like to play games and stuff, which is why I was slightly put off when you were like messaging me. Regardless, like I realized now you were just being friendly, and I should have just said something. But anyway, that's why I was kind of so weird about Discord before.
Yeah, I get that.
And now there's going to be like a bunch of people that are like, what is the story behind that pie guy? But no, that's just literally the story. And I'm sorry if I was rude to you, but
no, like at that point, it was just like, it's kind of like the Enter thing. Like we just did a collab. So like, it was just a collab.
Yeah. But anyway, recently, what was it like? I told Trayfon I didn't really want to join his server because, again, I was like, I don't really know. You know, I don't want to be bombarded with messages. I don't want people trying to friend me. But, like, I looked through the settings and I was able to mute and I was able to set it to, like, friends only can friend me or whatever. Like, and I was still hesitant. But the Steven Universe Reunited episode came out and I needed to talk about that some more. I spent an hour talking about it on camera and I wanted to talk about it more. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm glad I did, too, because I got to kind of see like that the servers are pretty cool, and that it was really cool talking to people, and it was cool talking to people about the Butch Hartman thing tonight. But anyway, Trayvon was saying in the live stream when talking just about you know, if like someone who was gay donated to Butch's Patreon, not realizing, and I was just like, say Wandissimo made you realize your sexuality. Oh man,
that's the thing. Like, I feel like I could join a Discord server and it won't be chaotic. I kind of like that.
the thing is, I'd never joined a Discord server. I think that's just really it. Like, just,
I
and also,
disagree. I feel like that's gonna happen every time.
I don't know about that.
Because people were like, "Ooh, what if PIEGUY joined here?" And I was like, you see, the problem with that is then like 50,000 people are going to join here, and then they're gonna start spawning their Despacito memes, and I'm just gonna be like,
I don't know what Despacito. I know what Despacito is. I've never heard it. I'm not interested. No, thank you.
I've heard snippets. That's it. All I know is it's the most popular video for some reason.
Yeah, for some reason, I always want to call it like Despacio, but I don't know why. I'm special. What happened to? Wait a minute. What happened to Drew? What,
I have no idea.
He must have fallen asleep. Like, because I was.
But he was DMing me about if I wanted to like continue this whole Butch thing like on my channel, and then he just left.
Oh, so when you didn't want to talk to me, I see.
When you left to feed your cat, I was like, "Don't fall asleep," and he was like, "I feel that."
I had my headset on. I'm using my microphone, not my headset mic. Here. I knew what was going on. Butch took Drew. Oh no.
Copyright strike Drew as a person.
Oh god.
He is now blocked from the United States.
This is what Euro Access money is going to, people.
$5,000 for 1 hour of talking to Butch. If I had the money, I would, just for the lows, but that's completely overpriced.
Could you imagine though we started Kickstarter to pay for Butch's Kickstarter reward?
Then there's gonna be a Kickstarter for the Kickstarter for the Kickstarter.
Oh, no! At some point, someone will go Indiegogo with all that.
Yes, PIEGUY is okay.
What's going on? What happened?
Oh, your mic it's still doing the robotic thing.
I hate that.
From time to time. No, but I did download the video. I do play if I do talk about the Butch thing, because I do actually have someone I'm going to talk about it with. I will use the video. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be struck. So it's going to be weird. Maybe I'll pitch shift it. I don't know. Reverse it. Do something.
Are you talking about which video? The
one that Drew uploaded?
Okay. Just because I was also earlier today, I considered including it in my video, but I decided ultimately against it. Play it safe. To not include his like, I'll take this video down in 24 hours video. And wouldn't you know it, all the people that uploaded dupes for me, all of them got hit. So I'm glad I didn't do that.
Now, okay, so Butch is a part of Frederator, so am I.
Mm-hmm.
And I do remember when re-signing with Frederator that they did mention that they have a content ID system that does work very thoroughly on claiming videos. Now I don't necessarily, I mean, there is upload like full re-uploads from random accounts of me, but I do know that it exists. And I do know that Butch is a part of Frederator. That's pretty much it. That's all I know anyway. So that could be
right, but it's the stream that Drew put up also got taken down fast, and that's not on YouTube. That stream was on Twitch, right? That was manually taken down by someone. Now I definitely don't think it was Butch himself, but someone reported it to him. Someone maybe reported to Frederator. I don't know. I'm glad I'm out of Frederator. Frederator approached me recently, and I was just like, what are you gonna offer me? And then they were just like, here's a standard contract, and I'm like, no. Like, what are you doing?
Yep, that's exactly what I said too. It's like, All right, so I'm gonna be giving a cut of what I'm doing. All right, so in exchange for that cut, what are you offering me?
Fistful of nothing.
Now, here's the thing. I think the biggest thing that inspired me is that I remember the roundtable recently got an office. That's super cool to me. Like, if I could, with like Shadow and everyone else that I talk to, like if we all live closer. Anyway.
Dude, you better invite me if you ever get an office.
Yeah, like that would just be really cool.
But I'd do that. I would totally move to have an office with someone. That would be amazing.
Yeah, like because then I can okay, I have a very short window of being able to record, which is literally 1 a.m. to 3 a.m.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Like that's it. I have siblings. This is why I do not live stream during like the evening or anything. And this is the reason why I can get on now, because everyone's sleeping. So with an office, I can make videos whenever.
Yeah.
That really inspired me.
Yeah.
And I would be willing to work hard, even if I have to get to like 500K, which would probably take like 10 years. I would do it just to be able to get an office. I just find the idea of an office really, really cool.
It actually, like, psychologically, it helps to have a workspace that's different from like your lounge space.
Yeah.
So like if you're in a dorm at college, like good luck. That's your everything. And that's kind of why you feel, or I felt anyway, burnt out a lot of the time, is because when I was trying to relax, like my desk was right there and like it was calling me and it was like, and then when I was trying to work, the TV was right there and it's calling me. And,
yep, there's definitely immersion. Yes. I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's what I mean about Twitter. Like when I go on Twitter and I just see everyone play, it makes me go, yeah. And then I just kind of I left Twitter for like 4 to 5 days, and I just focused on video making, and I actually feel incredibly better. It's not the fault of Twitter; it's just the fault of the people I followed.
Right.
Immersion is a true thing. It's like really weird how no one wants to talk about that. Like if I'm in the same room with like a whole bunch of cool people playing games and stuff like that, like it's going to make me want to do that. If I'm listening to like a let's play of a game that I have, it's going to make me want to play that specific game. Immersion is a true thing. A lot of people don't talk about that.
It's very true. What was I looking at? Guys, just like looking at how my videos are doing, just because I've been just on this Butch Hartman thing all day, and oh wow, someone uploaded the Butch Hartman like delete this in 24 hours 6 minutes ago, and it's already been copyright claimed.
Jeez. Yeah, I guess he's very adamant on that.
Yeah.
He said he was gonna delete it. It's gonna stay deleted.
Yeah. Yes.
But yeah, today was a very Butch Hartman day.
Yeah, it's
okay.
I never.
Sorry to interrupt, but did you know about? Okay, if you look at his perks, right? There was a perk, $50 perk, which said you get a shout out, right?
Right.
And then there was a $75 perk, which is also a shout out. And then there was a $100 perk, which said that you can get 2 perks under that. And I remember making this in my video. If you did it right, you actually could have got 2 shout outs from both.
Oh, now there's some value. Terrific. Thank you, Alyssa. I'm not gonna invite Enter on right now. I don't even know if he's awake. And I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to. But just oh my goodness, all the Butch Hartman memes. I mean, I 100% say that like the word has gotten out pretty well, at least within our community, just about kind of what's going on with all of this.
Yeah, I definitely think that it's really cool when like non-cartoon, non-episodic stuff really like people are interested in that.
Mm-hmm.
Just stuff about the industry, the community, stuff like detached from just your standard season or episodic reviews. That's what I'm leaning towards, and that's why this whole thing interests me a lot. The whole Butch Hartman thing. Well, that and the fact that I've covered his shows quite extensively. So
yeah, I think maybe it was the first visual episode of a show I reviewed was oh God, Love Triangle. I don't know, one of the Fairly Odd Parents poof episodes. I never would have thought that like news about Butch Hartman and his weird streaming thing could completely overshadow. I mean, to me anyway, to like the people that we've been talking to, the news of the Rugrats coming back. Like,
yeah.
that's how you know like reboot fatigue has kicked in when like people, I don't know, people aren't really like. Usually with reboots, you get a lot of excitement, and I've seen some excitement for sure. But it's been a lot of either ignoring or like people
Just
that
like
are
it's there.
yeah, or people that are mostly focused, like I was, on just the idea of a creepy CG live action Rugrats movie. That was such a terrible announcement to announce alongside the series, because that's all that's in my mind is what CG abominations are they going to create?
Well, I've been thinking about covering it because I didn't really watch Rugrats. It was off when I was growing up, or at least in rerun stage or buried. So I didn't necessarily grow up with it, and I was more of a early 2000s Cartoon Network's kid anyway. But I think it's mainly because Butch Hartman is like the first person to like be in the quote community that we're in that also has like that sort of industry thing. Like I feel like it could have happened with anyone else. Like let's say Ian Jones Cordy, for example. Like if he started making videos on cartoons for some odd reason, like that would also just like anything that he says would catch incredible attention. So I think that's part of it.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. I mean, there is no one else in the community that like there's people in the community that are trying to make it as animators or like, you know, they do animations or whatever, but like Butch is the first time a creator's really kind of come down to our level. And
yeah,
it's just what I said in, I think like the initial discussion I did with Saul is just that like oh shoot. Just in an age when like left and right people in, I mean, not just Hollywood, but just in the animation industry are coming out as just sexual, you know, so much sexual misconduct and so much abuse and all that, like left and right, all that's coming out. And then here's Butch, who could be just a beacon of just kindness and honesty and openness and just show us that the industry isn't all bad. And then even though he's like trying to do that, there's still something sketchy. Like, I'm sorry, even if you think that he's a good guy overall, there's definitely something sketchy going on with him. There's definitely a persona and then like an under the mask type thing.
Yeah, definitely think that. And I think the biggest part,
no, just listen to some of the ways that when he says things in his videos, like memes and stuff, he doesn't, and I cringed. I physically cringed when I said that. He's not. You can tell he's doing it because someone told him this meme is hot right now. That is fake. That is being phony. 100%.
I was gonna say, like a big appeal of YouTube is that you're like, a lot of people are very vulnerable in the sense of you're kind of seeing at least what they show you of them, and it's very natural. It's very genuine. I never got that feel from Hartman. Like I know a lot of people look at his channel and they look at like the fact that he's so heavily reliant on Danny Phantom and Fairly Odd Parents and whatever the latest meme is, and how that can relate to the shows that he's talked about. I just avoided his channel all like wholeheartedly, mainly just because it's not for me. Like I'm a fan of Butch's work. I definitely think that he has talent and stuff like that, but his channel is not for me because it's not my cup of tea when it comes to that content. Like maybe if he made videos talking about like, I don't know, like the old cartoons phase of Fairly Odd Parents, you know, stuff like that, stuff that he
how about the animation process?
Yeah, like or how to get involved with Nickelodeon a little bit more, or you know, stuff like that. I'd be interested in stuff like that. I'm not interested in how Fortnite portrayed through Fairly Odd Parents. And
like his stuff about like the Danny Phantom controversy and stuff, and it's just like, dude, no. Like maybe that was funny. Maybe that was funny the first time. Like you know made a tag that's just like, why the Fairly Odd Parents was canceled or why Chloe like a tag that's clearly leading into what people expect to be an actual serious discussion. You know, you've done this bait enough times that it's just really like, it's not a joke, it's not funny, it's the kind of clickbait that people don't like, and people don't call him out because he's Butch Hartman.
Yeah, exactly. They don't call him out the same way that I don't think any other, like, when someone has such a giant hand in, I hate the whole, I really do hate the whole childhood thing, because he didn't make it.
No.
If we were to get technical with it, he didn't even write a lot of the episodes.
Yep.
He just made the concept. So, like, and childhood is just so broad. My childhood is not exclusive to animation.
I know. It's he thinks it's a really clever, good catchphrase, but it's just like, oh, the Oaxis thing is almost over. That's what they're counting down. Guess I should go take a look. But yeah, I mean, it's just, even like on a level of like, hey, you know, it's professional to introduce yourself by what you've done and to earn clout, and it does reinforce, like, just the amount he does it. I've never seen another person themselves to the obsessive degree of Butch Hartman. I've never seen. I'll be honest with you. I've seen people that are shills. I've seen people that, you know, are literal walking advertisements.
Yeah.
But like the way Butch does it, like, it just feels like he can't get a sentence out. Like it's his fairy godparents. Like, you know, it's like, hello, I'm Butch Hartman. I created your childhood.
Yeah.
And, like
everything has to relate to Fairly Odd Parents with Danny Phantom, and it's always just those two shows. Like, it's very rarely Tough Puppy or Bunsen's the Beast, because I remember talking, I believe it was to my friend Cosmodor about it. We looked through his channel and we were looking for specific videos where in the thumbnail or in the title it was Tough Puppy or Bunsen is a Beast, and those are dramatically low.
Yep.
So he is self-aware.
Oh yeah.
That the first two shows he made are well received compared to the latter two.
Yep. And he like in his Oaxis pitch, he says that like I created Fairly Odd Parents and Danny Phantom. Or like hit shows Fairly Odd Parents, and then also these
yeah,
and the Noob Network. Yeah, like yeah, man, it really hit. Unless there's like a big audit, it hit by a lot. 1,290 backers, 268,000. I'll be very interested to see what the stats say like tomorrow about just how much of a spike this was, because
did he ever explain what the first phase is? Because that's what this is funding.
Well, I said it like in the other video, but just in his description on his website, or on the Kickstarter, it says we need to raise $250,000 for our first phase of startup costs. These include developing our streaming platform, hiring creative staff, and producers to create original content and acquire completed projects. Now that's a lot of things. That's the development side of the actual app and website. That's creative staff. Okay, creative staff, which could be just like anything, you know, and producers to create original content and acquire completed projects. But do you know what he said? It's probably made it deleted now. He just says,
yeah,
it's for building the platform. Yeah. So, which is it, Butch? Which is it? Are these people going to be left?
Like, I think people like genuinely, because you know how some people say that there should be a competition for YouTube, right?
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
Dramatically underestimate the costs for storing a video. Okay, storing a video, large amounts of videos, keeping them there and then being able to take that video and bring it to your device at whatever quality you desire in a timely manner. That it by itself, like, let's not even take all the different shows that he promised, but then also said, oh, but this is just the first phase of that. That alone, like keeping video alone, I think that eats up a lot of the 250,000 if he's doing it the right way.
I don't think he's going to be doing it en masse. I think it's like once a week it'll be like a creator spotlight. That's my guess for what it would be like if it gets that far.
So you don't think it's on demand? Like, you can't just pick up a show?
I'm sorry. I thought you meant for just storing people's like random.
Oh, no, not the user. Like,
right,
you're able to.
You're right. I mean, you're right. Zane Powers brings up a very good point. Do you think Butch saying he'll only listen to criticisms from animators is null since they probably wouldn't say anything as not to be unprofessional? Yeah, Butch probably existed in a nice echo chamber for a while there. That's probably how he developed some of this, honestly.
Probably has powerful friends, and if you say something about Butch, Butch may say something to those friends, and
yeah, where's Drew? Where's Drew? Hashtag where's Drew?
I really hope Drew.
Yeah, me too. Oh no.
I really hope he didn't. Nothing bad happened.
Oh goodness. He probably just fell asleep.
Well, it's better to fall asleep. It's better to leave and fall asleep than to fall asleep in the stream.
True. Designed to reconnect the family. My family's already together, Butch.
You're also making fun of that. Like he was targeting families. It's like, what if you didn't have a family? Like, what if I'm not married and have a wife and kids? Can I also participate in the network? Do I need to get married first?
What if I have two dads?
Does that count as a family?
What? Yes, it does.
Isn't family like a classification? Like there's species, and then there's
kingdom, phylum, class, family. So like, I don't know. This is like canine family or something.
Yeah. Can you have like another source of primates? Does that also count? I don't know. Family friendly is very broad.
You don't say. Like it's just it's I had someone I don't want to say who, but just I had someone contact me earlier that was just they work somewhere in the industry, not like super high up or anything. And even they were like, yeah, this is probably like a shell. Like this is probably legitimately some sort of like illegal business scam. Like they thought that. Like they legitimately
250
Video. Why did it? Okay, here's my question. Is this a simple question? Here we go. Why, if Butch has the power to pull in this, what? How many backers did he get today? I don't even know. Hundreds? I think it was literally hundreds. Why didn't he do it sooner? Why did he wait until the last day of this? Okay, that's the question, right? Why you would think now a theory, like it's a conspiracy theory. I'm not gonna say it's 100, but like let's say you're a guy with a lot of money. Okay, you want to scam people out of money. So what do? You create a Kickstarter with just vague platitudes. You could just copy and paste them off of the back of like a soup can or something. You know, I'm pretty sure Chef Boyardee wants to reconnect the family or whatever. But like, see ya, Roy. Junko is pretty awesome. I will agree. What are you laughing at?
Chef Boyardee.
What?
I can see it now. There's a ravioli cartoon.
Anyway. Let's like, okay, so right, let's say you've got a lot of money. So what you do is you make it and you explicitly point out, hey, if I don't reach my goal, you get your money back, right? All you have to do is make sure you kick in enough money at the end to make sure you get to keep everyone else's money. And it's not supposed to happen according to the rules of Kickstarter. I don't know if it's illegal or not.
Okay. So when Enter did his,
wait, hang on, sorry. Thank you, Alyssa. Maybe I will invite Enter.
I can see the backers, but for Butch, because it's on a different website, I couldn't see the backers. I couldn't see the names and I couldn't see the amount, but I could see it on Indiegogo. So because I was looking for the backers, because if we could see the backers and the history of who donated, a lot of things would be cleared up.
Right. I mean, there's metrics, but like the metrics, I don't think we're updating in real time. I think like we'll have to wait. What was the website? I can't even remember. I had it linked and I don't anymore. It's like Kick Tracker, I think.
I mean, I didn't even really care too much about crowdfunding until I heard about those two Kickstarter campaigns, I should say. It was just kind of just something that was there.
Yeah, I mean, like, but people have been doing this for a while, and there have been a number of huge failures and scandals. And so, like, that's the thing. It's like you have to do better than this. Even
Yep.
even like I don't know. I just keep going back to, and it's because of the mystery of, of what are his true intentions, what are everything. But it's just either he is completely miserable and lazy and incompetent at running a Kickstarter, at giving in details, or there's something malicious going on. It's got to be one or the other, because this is not a competently made Kickstarter.
Okay, you know what I think? I think that you are onto something. I think he probably should have hired someone to help him, because I don't. Okay, no one knows this for sure, but I'm pretty sure he's not in charge of his Twitter. Because like there'll be times that there'll be like 3 a.m. that he tweets out like some meme. I cannot see Butch Hartman up at 3 a.m. putting out a meme about like, if that's the case, that's a great reason to not donate to him for all access.
Oh boy, 3 a.m. I'm gonna make a meme.
I'm pretty sure someone handles his social media, so I'm pretty sure someone could have handled the campaign. But I was going to say, if you think about his YouTube and you think about the fact, because although it is kind of unfair to use his YouTube to also link to the way that he would handle the network, he does rely a lot on existing franchises and trends to be able to sustain the view count that he has. So I wonder, with these new shows and with this completely new platform, will he have the talent to be able to sustain an audience based off of, without relying on existing shows?
That,
you know what I mean?
That is 100% a good point that I didn't think of. That he relies on it so much. And honestly, I know Saul was kind of going on about this. I don't really mind as much. I think it is kind of, like, if he's trying to present himself as someone who creates things new, always relying on shows he made like 10 years ago, I think it's kind of lazy. But like, I don't think there's anything particularly awful. I mean, we make videos about topics that we didn't even make, and that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
I think he leans heavily on it, and there's criticisms to be made, but I think overall it's like, okay, whatever. But you're right. You can't do that with a new platform. Nickelodeon will sue the pants off of him. I'm kind of surprised that Nickelodeon hadn't stepped in with this channel. Not that I don't think he uses clips or anything, but like, he is heavily using their brand, and he gets a lot of eyes on him, and he is someone that they could theoretically contact, and they know he's got money if they wanted to sue him. Like, I'm not saying that they should or it's right or anything, but just like, yeah.
You see, the thing is, I feel, because I did learn from the person that's actually in the chat right now, Scorchy's video, that he did try to buy the rights back to Danny Phantom, and I'm pretty sure if that was successful, he would have slapped that on No Access, and No Access would have been literally the Danny Phantom thing until all the shows came about. But that was kind of one of the big points on as to why like the whole O Access thing was really weird, because the way that he runs his Twitter and YouTube, I don't want to say that he's afraid to branch out, but he hasn't shown any proof that, like, if you wanted to talk about something that wasn't necessarily related to any of those topics, that not only A, will he be able to do it, but B, would people still be interested? Like, if you didn't talk about pre-existing franchises, if it was just a video about Butch himself that had nothing to do with Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, or anything like that, or a home and garden video with Butch, would that still do well?
No,
I don't think it would.
And I know what would come of like the home and garden show. Like, what it would be. It would be his like wife out in the nice garden that I'm sure they have. That would be it. I guarantee you. That's because you could do that. I mean, it wouldn't be entertaining content. Probably wouldn't be good content, but it's a thing you could do, and it's just yeah. Oh, hey Zane, thank you. Who was the real creator of our childhood?
Our parents.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna say, you know what? If I had to, honestly, Klasky Cupo for me. If I was just going by like volume of shows and volume that I watched per creator, they had, I think, something like 6 shows, and I watched all of them. Like, maybe some less than others, but just going by metric of that, Klasky Cupo has Butch Hartman beat hands down. Like, I know you're a little younger than I am, but like, if we're going by that, it's that. So like,
I've always wanted to actually document the history of that production company because it's actually very interesting to me.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry this is off topic, but what did Butch do that was homophobic? Well, right now people are kind of going on about Twitter. I don't really know what that's about. I don't really want to say anything about it because I don't know that situation. I don't want to rush into judgment on that. But just the big thing for me was that people asked him questions over and over again about LGBT, and even on the live stream where he was answering questions, even though he ignored questions of all kinds for a while, he was answering questions there, and he specifically ignored them, and then he answered the question about, is it going to be a Christian service? No, but it's going to have Christian values, and I refuse to talk about LGBT. And there's like a history between people who drew like gay Danny Phantom fan art and Butch not getting along. Like it's allegations. It's 100% allegations, and I will totally admit that. I'm not saying that he is for sure. I don't know, but nothing that this man does paints him as sympathetic to LGBT or even just honest. Like, it looks like, from all accounts, he doesn't want to be associated with LGBT at all, and he doesn't want to say that because he knows people will pull funding. There's a very good reason why he wouldn't say that, because people would pull funding. And I went into this like whole thing before with Saul, but just like, I don't care whether the content is LGBT or not. I just think that the service itself shouldn't be anti-LGBT, or that like it shouldn't be an unwelcome place, for LGBT people. And I'm not one of them. I'm not trying to speak for them. I'm whatever. But that's kind of the bulk of it, is that it's more of what he's not saying, and that he could literally just clear this up. He doesn't have to be like, come out as a fake supporter or something. He could just literally say like, hey, we don't really have much of a focus on that, but all people are welcome at access. That's all.
You would think during Pride Month he would have tweeted something.
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't.
Now that I think about it, he never did. I mean, I follow him, but I mean, it was because, initially when the whole Butch Hartman thing was happening, I just kind of saw him as a guy who's, a little corny, a little wacky, but, he's a cartoonist, he's very invested in his work. But, seeing stuff like now, it is kind of painting my perception of him in a different light. The thing about, I can see how he may want to keep away from that because of the it's very a polarizing topic, and that he really wants Access to get off the ground before he makes any like hard decisions on that. But I don't think it's homophobic. I just think, I don't think you can call him a homophobe now until we have any, like, not you, but people.
Right, and I'm not. And you notice I specifically didn't use the word because I don't know. I mean, Butch could totally just kind of be like neutral on it or whatever, and that's fine. Yeah. Like, I think that's okay. It's just what he's not saying, and the way he it just
goes into that theme of him not answering anything.
Yes.
Or when he does answer something, it's very vague. It's very prepared.
Did you see that 2-minute video that he did answering your questions?
Top 3 questions? And
none of them had answers. They're like, hey guys, I know you're concerned that the $250,000 you gave me is just gonna, I'm the only one attached to the project. Yeah, so at least attach your wife even. Like, I'm sure she's on board.
Can we see a pie chart, a circle graph? Where is the money going? Let's just put up a circle graph and just cut it up and let's see it.
Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah, but like, this would be. I would have loved to see Butch go on like Shark Tank or something, because he would have been laughed off so fast.
That's just the thing. I've always wanted to see Butch collaborate with a YouTuber who is known to be not polished.
Yeah, like, I mean, I really like Brizzy Voices, but she's not gonna call Butch on anything.
Yeah, like it has to be someone who has proven, or just someone who's, because like, I think that is really great. Like, if you have something that you're doing, or like, it doesn't even have to be a Kickstarter, just media in general. Like, if you're making, like, people were saying that you were making an EDM album. It's like Pi got put on an EDM album, and I said, I don't think it's going to do well. And you came on to my channel and you talked about it. That actually gives you more credibility than ignoring it.
I mean, are you kidding? Like, I was so like benefit of the doubty in my first video. And if Butch wanted to talk to me, like, dude, I would have. If Butch, even up to now, not now it's too late, but up to a few hours ago, or like an hour ago before his Kickstarter ended, if he was like, not even that I want him to talk to me specifically, but if he were to just be like, guys, I know there's a lot of speculation, I know there's a lot of confusion, but the truth is I've been busy trying to set this whole thing up from behind the scenes. I didn't have time to work on the actual campaign as much. I regret that. I do have a business plan. I'm going to come out in the next few days with, like you said, like a pie chart or a basic business strategy to show you, I'm sorry I kind of made this whole thing a mess. If he had just said that, that's all he has to say. And I'm not saying I'm like 100% like support of everything he does again, but like I would be on his side. I would be like, look, this is a guy that, you know, he made a mistake and he's owning up to it, but he does not own up to anything he did through this whole thing. And that's what, and I mentioned Spoonie a lot earlier, and Spoonie is the exact same way. Is that's what drives me nuts, is that all these people that are like, they do these things, all they need to do is apologize or be honest for like 5 seconds of their lives, and it goes such a long way. But they don't do it because they don't think they're doing something wrong, and that's what gets me, because if they don't think they're doing something wrong, they're just going to keep doing it, you know?
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Like, oh god, yeah, Channel Awesome. Oh, well, Channel Awesome was, they got what they deserved.
I mean, I get it, because okay, I'm not gonna pretend like that's never happened to me. Like someone will say something to me, and like at first I'll deny it, or sometimes I do that, like I deny it. But then when I think it over, I can go, yeah, I can see how you got to that. But I feel like for them, I feel like they think it's on such a big scale if they admit anything that they just don't want to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like that there is a certain if you apologize, then the sharks jump for more. But assuming that everyone is going to be like that is what makes problems like this get bigger and bigger. I know Butch has no way to know that I'm not some troll. I'm not someone that's out to get him. I'm just a guy that has a strong opinion and doesn't like what he's up to. And I like to think I'm a reasonable person. I like to think that if he presents me with some evidence that he is not a scummy person, I would back him up. And I mean, we'll see. Oh, so Dano, what sorts of question on LGBT was he dodging? It wasn't necessarily people asking like, will there be, you know, a gay kiss on X show or whatever. It was more just like, will Oaxis be welcoming to LGBT issues? Like, that's all. All he needed to say was Oaxis is welcoming to everyone. It's a vague platitude like the dude loves, but he wouldn't say that. Those were the questions that he ignored specifically.
I will say this. From a very special source, I was given a direct line to offer. The only reason I backed out of it is because there is a certain section of people who watch me who enjoy me bashing on his shows, and that's completely okay. I definitely think that, you know, like reviewing some of the more interesting variations of Fairly Odd Parents is something. I didn't necessarily. I know if he looked at my channel from an outside view, he would probably think that the interview wouldn't be
fair
from a good intentions, even though that's completely not the case. I actually admire his work ethic. I definitely admire how he still draws to this day when he doesn't have to. You know, like he can have other people draw, you know, and stuff like that. I definitely admire stuff like that. Definitely admire how he's able to like capture such a big audience, but I don't think he would be able to see that through my channel from an outside perspective. Yeah. But I did have a direct line.
Yeah, and I mean, I never made an attempt. I never made an attempt just because I didn't want to put myself in a position where I'd feel weird talking about his shows. Like previously, before all this stuff happened. And now, if he was like, yeah, I'm going to talk to you, I'd be like, heck yeah. Like I've just kind of been so open and honest and just like, I'm telling you what I feel about this whole situation. That if he were to come on, I don't feel like I really would pull any punches. I feel like I would ask him the hard questions. And if
of course,
if he responded well, I would praise him. I'd be like, well, good on you, man. Like, you know, I wouldn't bash him at every turn. I wouldn't try to lead him into traps. I would just ask him legitimate questions. I wouldn't be like, what's your opinion on the LGBT community? I would just be like, hey, No.
First question in the video. That would be terrible.
Right? Like, or like
Jeez. That'd be terrible.
But like that's and like the thing about the LGBT thing, and I know I stick to this, but it's just
it's a big example of
I smell BS. When you say something is family friendly, that could mean so many things. That's ultimately it. I'm doing something for kids. Sure, people ask, is it LGBT friendly? But like, I don't know that he should feel obligated to answer that specifically for that. But because he said, this is a streaming platform for everyone. This is for the family. This is for you. I want you to donate.
Good question then for Butch.
Mm-hmm.
What does he think of Steven Universe? Steven Universe family friendly?
I'm sure Steven Universe is good when he wants the clicks. No, actually, I don't know if he's done anything with Steven Universe. That's actually interesting. Not that I want to like raise a litmus test over like if he's homophobic because
Loud House.
I'm not looking
Clarence.
I'm not looking to do that. I'm not looking to be that guy, and I don't care. I don't care what his personal. He could personally hate any demographic of people, and I mean I think it'd be scummy. But if he kept it to himself and he maintained professional to everyone and he kept his service open to everyone, I think that's all that would matter in that situation. He could personally, hate, but if he is fair in public, like I don't know. I'm probably taking myself into a corner, but I hope some of you at least understand what I'm trying to say.
I mean, yeah, it's a very touchy topic. It's just thinking about it. When you think of cartoons nowadays, like again, Steven Universe, Clarence, and the Loud House, they have shown that they show themes of not having your traditional male and female couple.
Mm-hmm.
So if those can be aired on television, even though it's pretty polarizing, and people could consider, because the thing about family friendly is it depends on where you put the range. Some people think wrestling is family friendly. Some people don't.
Yeah.
Kids watch it, and some people forbid their kids from watching it. So family friendly ultimately depends on where the range is, and a lot of us just want to know, where is that range?
Right.
Or what isn't family friendly? That's a better question. Instead of asking what is, just ask what isn't.
Exactly. That's all. It's not even about specifically LGBT people. It's just about no one has any idea what this is, and that's I've just said it all. I don't want to go around in circles. I'm sorry, everyone.
Well, then off topic. Someone wanted to know your opinions on Bunsen as a Beast.
I saw the first episode and I did a video on it, and that's where my opinion began and end. I never watched it again. I didn't see the crossover with the FOP.
I did, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean it looked like a Butch Hartman show, and it started out not great, but like I saw that there could be some potentially there's potential in this potential. But like it wasn't anything special. How was the Fairly Odd Parents crossover?
Timmy's dad saw the fairies.
Okay, for like the 80th time on the show.
Okay. Okay. I made a video on it.
I'm sorry. I can just watch your video. I don't want you to.
No, it's not. There's just so much wrong with it. That's why everyone's like, oh, what do you think of this episode from season 10? It's like there's just so much wrong with it.
Yeah.
There's not a lot right with it. Like it's even down to like, oh well, you have Amanda and you have Crocker. Amanda is sort of the antagonist, wants to catch Bunsen, and you have Crocker, the antagonist. You think they gel well together? Nope. It was terrible. They did the bare minimum of any type of chemistry, and I don't want to make this a 3 hour long rant on it, but I'm just gonna keep it at, when I saw the first episode of Bunsen as a Beast, I was done for the day. I went straight to bed. It was that bad.
Wow. I mean, to be honest, I don't really remember too much about it. It just I don't know. I don't know. I really. It's gonna be interesting. It's him getting funded was definitely more interesting than not. I'll say that.
It definitely is. I also want to see where the Noog network is going, because if my theory is correct, on some random day, the Noog network is going to be taken out back. And no one's going to know, because no one actively reports on it. And you're just never going to hear from it again.
One sec. Classic Game Roundup. I'm not calling homophobia on Butch. I'm presenting just the facts that he's been squirrely about it, like he's been squirrely about everything. And you could draw your own conclusion. It's fine.
Yeah, there is no evidence on it. The only thing that is factual is that he hasn't answered any questions on it. That's the only thing.
And that answering the question would literally take 2 seconds and clear up a lot of confusion. Just throwing that out there. Especially
because he did answer the question on Christian values, and that's something that is also controversial in its own right to say.
But yeah, he was very excited to answer that question. Completely, I don't know. It's yeah, I don't know. But you, like, totally draw your own conclusions. Like, I'm not, but yeah, and that's it's just more misleading than anything else. Is really
My experience with the Noog network and a lot of people in the community is that we made one tweet about it. Noog network followed us, and then unfollowed us a few weeks after.
Yeah, I don't know. I looked at like some of the clips, and it just kind of looked like really generic animation.
Yeah, because there's shows on that.
Yeah,
there's shows on that that no one pays attention to. So
if he has people working on Noog Network, surely he could have attached their names to Oaxis, right?
It's a very smart idea.
Why? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand what I don't know what's going on. I don't know if this is like a crime that he doesn't want to attach other people to or something. I just
or maybe people didn't want their names attached to it. Maybe that's it. Maybe we're just looking at it the wrong way.
Yeah, but the dude can't just like employ someone already. Like, I don't know. I mean,
it's like, hey, I'm gonna be launching this network. Sure, I'll help you. All right, I'll write it on the Kickstarter. No, let's wait until it's fully backed.
I want to point this out too, that like getting this much like bad publicity, getting it on the bad side of like people like us is not great when you have a service that is going to need word of mouth. Like, let's be real, me and you. Netflix doesn't need like our promotion, right? Like, Netflix doesn't need us talking about Netflix to whatever. Like, I'm sure it could help in some small way, but like something like Butch Hartman's Oaxis, like,
yes,
I'm not saying we're gonna make or break it for him or anything, but like he could use all the stuff he's gonna get. And like I said, if he turns it around, he presents something great, I'll give it a glowing review. I will, if that's the truth. But otherwise, he's going to have a lot of people.
He has a lot of competition. Not even networks, but then the apps. You have the Cartoon Network, Boomerang, Nickelodeon, Disney app. I'm pretty sure Disney has an app. I hope.
Disney's planning on a streaming service. I don't know if they've launched it yet, but like, dude, if I'm cynical enough to not want to support like Boomerang, like people have a high standard for streaming apps. People, you don't even have Netflix, so like. Why are you gonna get Oaxis?
That's another thing. We went on literally for an hour about this. Okay, so you expect me to pay for Netflix, and then cable, and then Hulu, and then possibly like other things like Spotify, Apple Music, or whatever, and then also pay for Oaxis, the small nobody network right now. I mean, come on, like it doesn't have the name. Credibility that Netflix and Hulu and all those other services have.
Oh, come on, Alpha J. You don't know how he's going to monetize this. And whose fault is that? Random person playing devil's advocate for Butch Hartman. But it's true. He could just put it up the wazoo with ads, I guess. He could. I don't know.
Okay, originally when I looked at it, I thought that he was playing to the demographic of people who don't, to the parents that don't understand how the internet works. So they look at this and then they go, well, he created A, so I'm going to support B because A clearly is something that I enjoy. I think is safe for my offspring, right? I thought he was playing to that. And even then, the way that he explained it is pretty vague. I'm pretty sure to that demographic, I thought that it was all they needed. So that's originally what I thought. He was appealing to the, I don't know how the internet works, is very scary demographic.
I
But going back to what you were saying before, okay. I know that there was a lot of people off of YouTube, you know, bigger media websites. I don't know if they covered O-Axis. I'd be very interested to research that, because what if they covered it in a positive way? You know what I mean? Like the bigger media. And
Some of them has a few Christian leaning ones. Also, thank you, Alyssa. Would I watch Young Justice or the new Teen Titans, or the new Titans live action show on the new DC streaming service? I have been very much meaning to get into Young Justice. I don't know anything about the Titans live action show. If it's like CW's shows, probably not. But I'm definitely up to going for Young Justice.
This is another streaming service. Look at all these streaming services.
Yup.
I mean, I get it. Streaming's in. Everyone wants a piece of the cake.
Yeah. I know. I mean, that's it. Like, and the bubble will. Well, I don't know. It'll probably what happened to like normal media, where just they keep buying each other. That'll probably be what happens eventually. Netflix will just buy back these people. You know, like
that would really suck if All-Access was bought by Nick.
Is that his plan? I don't know.
That would really suck.
I don't know.
This was a grand plan to like get back into Nick, but then you have like a better like negotiating power, because now you have this big powerful network.
I don't know, man.
That really sucks.
No. Will I archive this? Yeah, it'll be it'll just be on YouTube when it's done. It usually takes a little bit to process because it's a long stream, but all right, I'm done. I don't really want to talk about Butch Hartman for a long time. I definitely do want to keep an eye on things, and I do very much urge everyone to keep an eye on him. And that's not even like, look, that's good for him, honestly. I'm not telling anyone, I don't want anyone to actually like do anything to disturb him or anything, but keep an eye on him. You know, hold him to a high standard. Hold him to the standard. Hold him to the standard that you would someone who made your childhood. If he's going to keep insisting that's him, he had better come up with some good content, you know?
With some good home and garden shows.
Yes. Oh my God. Could you imagine if it was just all home and garden and then like exercise shows? Like no scripted shows. It's just all just like
home and garden.
It's just like HGTV, but O-Axis. I don't know. But all right, guys, thank you very much. Today was a blast. Today was honestly, you know, it was kind of fun being a part of all of this. I hope Butch does. Honestly, I think the best possible scenario is if Butch were to come out with a statement saying he realizes he kind of messed up in being vague, and from here on out he's going to be upfront with his backers, because honestly at this point he's already asked and made for his money. He doesn't really owe me anything, but he definitely owes his backers updates and plans.
Definitely
100%. But yeah, if he comes out with an open, honest statement, and then he does well, that's what I would like to see, honestly. So but yeah, thanks to Drew very much, wherever he may be at this time. He really helped me with the stream. Thank you, Alpha, for joining me. This was a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you, everyone who's just a part of this. And I don't know, man, the day that Butch Hartman's Kickstarter made it is just going to be like a day for the community.
It'll be a field day, definitely.
Absolutely. All right, guys, I'll see you. And I have so many tabs open. All right. PIEGUYRULZ.